Everything we do is
When did that
scripted.
die?
What are you talking about?
So
when did that die?
scripted.
Clip it. When did that die? Fuck.
And I'll say AV.
Someone. What happened? Who did that?
What
that was my
in the
fault.
Who
fuck?
did that? Who
That
did
was my fault. I was turning her down and hit the wrong button. That's totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
Did you just
I
boot
need
me?
that clipped now.
Did you just
Yeah.
boot me?
It was on accident.
Eddie?
If you're still in chat, can you mark that timestamp?
Edward.
for somebody?
Obviously.
Everything we do is
When did that
scripted.
die?
What are you talking about?
So
When did that die?
scripted.
Clip it. When did that die? Fuck.
And I'll say AV.
Someone. What happened? Who did that?
That
What
was my
in the
fault.
Who did that? Who
That
did
was my fault. I was turning her down and hit the wrong button. That's totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
Did you just
I
boot
need
me?
that clipped now.
Did you just
Yeah.
boot me?
It was on accident.
Eddie?
Jake, you're still in chat. Can you mark that timestamp?
Edward?
for somebody?
We're here.
The mic peaks with just hearing "Wah."
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah, da 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 da.
Monotone, apathetic Mario. Da 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 da.
Like from Mass Effect. Well, just to run through this quickly, Serious Whimsy, thank you for the tier 3 sub for 4 months in a row. That's insane. Curls resub with Prime for 8 months in a row. Lutz for 7 months. We had a Hype Train start. Whimsy with 1,000 bits. Charms with 100 bits. Magenta with 100 bits. Eddie for subbing for 8 months in a row. Jack for 100 bits. Jay gave out 5 community subs. An anonymous gifter gave 6 subs. Lutz for some reason gifted a sub to Jess, and then the Hype Train completed at level 5 with 17 total gifted subs. And 1,400 bits. Damn.
Hey, you guys are awesome.
Get them birds in there. Get those hype
Yeah, I
squawks.
was gonna say that's what I just.
Everybody, put your hype squawks in chat.
Hype squawks.
I think Jeremy had a stroke.
I was going to pretend to be frozen, and then I realized that my lights were going.
Yep.
All the hype squawks.
Holy cow.
If I don't see a wall of hype squawks, I'm upset. After
Look at
being
all
very happy. Thank you everybody that contributed to that. That's amazing. Fucking
Yes.
tier 3 subs, bits being left and right, and resubs. That's insane, man. All the
All
squawks.
the biddies.
I'm up to my lips and bits.
I'm up to my lips and bits.
Which ones?
Lips and bits.
Speaking of lips and bits, I went upstairs the other day and there was like a crime show on, and they were announcing like some guy, and his name was legitimately Dick Lips.
Dick lips?
Yeah, they're like
No
19,
wonder he was a murderer.
Yeah, 19-year-old Dick Lips.
Hey, Laser Lips, your mother was a snowblower.
Oh,
I will gift
man.
a sub to anybody who can name that movie quote. But why don't you want to hop into it?
Yeah, let me scroll up, say hi to people that were here. Hi Shay, welcome. Jag, it is game day. Whimsy, of course, you're here with the hype. Just wanted to say, yeah, really loud. Sorry you got banned, but our overlord watches over all.
Yeah. Watch the hype. Don't get too hyped.
Yeah, God, squawks only, bro.
Moderately hyped.
Look at that missing square. There's something missing square in our lives.
I wonder, Nightbot can't possibly get us all. So everybody try to put all
Hey, you
right
want
with as
that?
many as you what?
Must type.
Must type.
Let's see if it bans Overlord. Nope, doesn't ban the Overlord.
Just hear text speech. Ah, la, 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 la.
Hey, I scot free.
How did you get through?
It's because you're a mod.
This is a
Kate.
mod.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I'm scot free.
Hey, can you tell me how do you spell all right? Or did you just spell right?
Right.
Sorry, Whimsy.
No, there's all with the small.
Oh, all with the small. All.
Nightbot, get Whimsy out of here. We don't take your bits and leave.
Take your bits and leave. I want to say that to. Never mind. Jeremy,
See your next
announcements.
Tinder hookup.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hello
just say that to my
and
next
welcome.
ex.
I wish I had the power to mute. I wish I had the power to mute. We good now? We got all off our chest? Hello and welcome everybody to the Arcane Archives. We are a collective of creative curators pouring all of our passions into Dungeons and
Hey.
Jerkins.
The wind up like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I know, right?
To find out more of our amazingly creative community, you can find more stuff on our Instagram with amazing art done by our good friend Shay, and of course the beautiful and lovely Jessica, as well as snippets of songs, back behind the scene videos, and it's the best place to get updates. Aside the Instagram, we got a Twitter to notify you when we go live. We have a YouTube where we backlog all the Inkenwell episodes, all of the one-shots, the Arcane Archives soundtrack that you hear made by us in the stream live for as long as Discord allows us to play it for now. As well as, of course, Chapters of Falbion. Other than the YouTube, we also have an open and community Discord, so you can hop in there and give yourself reaction rolls for games that we play, as well as vote for who you want to see on the Exploring the Archives, the Wednesday following every chapters on Friday. We also have the website, www.thearcanearchives.com, where you can not only watch the videos and not only can contribute to the Ink and Well story by adding your own little piece to it as it unfolds, but you can join the forums and the comment threads to talk about the episodes, what you liked, what you didn't like, and help us grow with you as a community. You can also find some background information about our characters that hasn't necessarily been revealed yet on stream, and to learn a little bit about us if you so desire. If you are more on the speed of the podcast, we have all the episodes up to episode 36 on Spotify. So go ahead and check that out if you want to just pop that in your earballs and listen to that at work without having to worry about the screen burning out. You can do so. Also, with the remaining month of September on Twitch, it is Subtember, which means that anybody that you want to gift a sub to, you'll get 20% off, so they can throw all those sporks, all those AA runes, all those sad boy Cthulhu's, all of those charming glittery teeth Zeos, as well as the cute dual-tailed Fey Fox duo. So now is no better time to join the Spark Army with an A. So thank you guys for sticking with us for now over a year. And I do believe, without further ado, that is all the announcements.
I believe so. This is the day AA has merch, it is going to be great. Watch this. Yep. Jag, I think you'll literally ascend when we have merch. I think you'll die and just be like,
Become a new
Oh, they have pencil toppers. Oh, it's happening.
out of all the things, it's pencil toppers.
It's the only merch we have is
Pencil
pencil
It's the
toppers.
Yeah, you remember that outdated form of writing? Yeah, now you can top it.
The outdated form of writing. not just like the most modern version of it.
Who uses that? Pens only, all right? Or just fuck it, tablets.
Fuck a tablet.
His heart explode. But
Fuck a
without
tablet.
further ado, I think this is a good time for us. Did you just Kamehameha someone?
It's Vegeta. Videric Jeter.
But Derek Jeter. Let's hop into this week's session
New one shot.
I punched him into his Vegeta.
Oh my god.
of the Arcane Archives. So, last week, in chapter 43 of the Arcane Archives, our adventurers, still traveling south to Summit's Peak, had some moments of peace along their travels after a very tense encounter with a band of mercenaries that were tolling a road, which led to a lot of conflict and the subsequent execution of a man, which divided the party not so evenly Around the campfire, majority of the group discussed what had happened, the morals and the highs and lows of what could come from this. And after a long, intense conversation and Ecclesias going into his own head and just meditating about what has been discussed and taking a power nap with, taking a non-canonical power nap with his Master Vale, because they're stronger that way, they returned to Uthran and then subsequently to a new city, the floating city of Alaris. Being dropped into the headquarters of the Esoteric Assembly, a large tower, the first thing being seen is multiple teleportation circles upon a glass floor, in a tower that spanned dozens of levels. Meeting with Master Vale, he was very excited, and you learned that he was in the process of summoning every member of the Esoteric Assembly, from the highest headmaster to the lowest apprentice, to this location to hopefully discuss something that has not happened in about 30 years inside the Assembly itself. Informing the party that this would be the Inquirer's exams, which is what the Esoteric Assembly uses to ascend their apprentices to the next level, becoming Inquirers, so they can travel on their own and not need the helping hand of their masters. The reasoning why they haven't done this in so long was because 30 years ago, quite a lot of apprentices died due to how dangerous they were. Master Vale suggesting that instead of sending apprentices in alone, sending them in with groups or parties to find these items to make it a little safer and to test people's tenacity, as well as how well they work with a team. Headmaster Ruvian Trixia informing the Esoteric Assembly that this will indeed go through, and he agrees with Master Vale that this is a necessity for the Assembly to progress and to keep going. He announced that after some time, a few weeks, maybe a month, they will announce how the rules will work and in what way these apprentices can ascend. After the meeting, the collective collecting back together with Master Vale, and some of the party, at first at least, to Ecclesias and Master Vale's surprise, not seeming too eager to help Ecclesias, regardless of the motives, whether it was Ecclesias themselves or the Assembly, was slightly off-putting to Master Vale and Ecclesias in the same. Being joined shortly after by Miara with the newly discovered surname Miara Baudelaire, mentioning that she was very proud of Ecclesias and one day hopefully she would hope to see him as a master, as well as she wanted to have a conversation with Master Vale. This sparking Uridin to ask about her surname and seeing if she knew anyone down south with that name as well, also prompted her to invite Uridin to this conversation. Before we left off last session, at the very end, Master Vale invited Ecclesias to a private dinner with himself at the Esoteric Assembly, so they could discuss some things, as well as hopefully discuss or talk about what was to come in these exams, and imploring the rest of the party to explore the city at such time. We will pick up after you all have exited the tower, Master Vale being separated, Miara also separating from all of you. You're left at the foot of the Esoteric Assembly. You have about 3 hours before Master Vale wanted to meet you at the where you are now. So you have about 3 hours to yourselves in the city proper. What would you all like to do?
Are we still in like our fancy dancer clothes?
Yes.
I would proceed to go back and change.
Okay. You're gonna try to find somewhere in the assembly to change then?
Yeah, wherever. Oh yeah, we haven't really established if we're staying somewhere, have we? Ecclesias, do we have rooms, perhaps?
I have never been here. We can look around, but I have no idea.
I think that it's more likely that as the majority of us are not assembly members, we will have to go and find somewhere to stay.
I thought I remember Master Vale saying something to that effect that Clesius would have a place to stay, but
Yeah.
not the rest
Well,
of
why
us.
don't we? I have about 3 hours to go before I have dinner with my master Vale. Why don't we explore the city a bit? We can find a place to sleep. I mean, if I have a room here, I much prefer to bunk down with all of you.
Yeah, let's go do that. That makes sense.
DM,
Mhm.
as people are like kind of filing out, or unless they're all teleporting back to whence they came. Am I getting like weird looks from people? Because I imagine that maybe some of them know that I'm Master Vale's apprentice, so it didn't seem very favored of an opinion that he had.
Make a perception check. As you're making that check, so some people, I would say probably about half that were summoned are probably apparating back to wherever. And then the others are enjoying the city, or at least since they're here, they're going to stay here for at least the night. What was your check?
22.
22. So as they are filing out and the regular hustle and bustle of the city, you're almost kind of lost in the sea of people between citizens and assembly members. It's hard to really pick out in this crowd if anyone is seeing you like that, but you do remember during the meeting itself, you were getting looks of slight disgust, not disgust, just maybe more anger or irritants, whether it's directed specifically to you or your master. But being so lost in the crowd at this moment, it's hard to pick any one person out that's looking at you. But you do remember that happening during the assembly.
Why don't we let's scoot. I have a feeling that I'm not wouldn't say I'm not welcome, but I did not feel as if I don't know. People did not like my master back there. I've never seen such a disgust towards him before. After all, I've revered him my whole life, and it was the first time I saw a lot of people angry at him. So, yeah. And I'm gonna kind of just start walking, down like the path. I'll try to exit the building first if we're like towards that way. I'll start making my way out of the building, hopefully leading
yeah,
everybody.
so you're at the kind of the foot of the front of the building, so you see that large bridge with the mechanical trolley that's going back and forth. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I also wanted to look for a couple things. For one, I figured it'd probably be pretty easy to tell, but were we the only ones there that weren't a part of the assembly?
Oh, good question.
You mean part of the viewing assembly?
No, like part of the esoteric assembly. Like, were we the only ones?
Dozens
that
and dozens
weren't.
and dozens around you. Oh, that weren't up in the room.
Yeah,
that was on the
non-assembly members.
Where you guys were in the observation deck was just you.
Okay, but and like, I guess more of the question was, because I know that you said that there were people in the building that were not part of the assembly before the meeting. Did they all get like ushered out?
Nope. This was. You can also remember that Ecclesius and Master Vale both teleported from where they were standing in front of you into that room. So there wasn't really a file-in process. So the awareness of this meeting was probably non-existent. The only reason you guys knew that it was happening was because someone told you, hey, it's happening. And the only person that would know it's happening would be Master Vale, because he's the one that summoned everybody.
He's the one that called it, yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to look for was any sort of assemblage on any of the other assembly members of either Black Chalice,
Sure, make a perception check.
Yeah, any of them.
It's like some fucking shenanigans, like server, just a bunch of like pins on their lapel or whatever.
Hey, after seeing Kane Scabbard, I'm kind of like,
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. You said perception? That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Looking around, you don't get any semblance of anyone on it with a. That's part of the assembly with any other symbolage that is to the 3 that you're thinking of. Some of them you may see like a signet ring that has something on it. Nothing that resembles the Shroud family, if that's going to be the follow-up. But they do have different symbolage, but nothing that piques your memory or anything like that. You know, probably just something from their solo, you know, their civilian past.
Any signet rings that I do recognize?
They would be probably too, you know, people walking by and you're just kind of taking it in. Probably too hard to discern that quickly.
Okay. Well, if you wanted to get moving, Ecclesius.
Yeah, unless you are wanted to linger. But I think this is more of like a council place. I don't.
Or correct me if I'm wrong, DM. Does this look like a gathering place specifically for meetings, or is there like?
Right now, you're outside the tower. You're in front of the tower right now.
But that tower that's it almost seemed like the Jedi Council, where like that area it was just dedicated to that specific thing.
You would have known from previous talks of this place, as well as maybe seeing it a little bit when you're inside, that it has like the council area, but it also has, just like the other chapters, offices. You know that there's a vault somewhere within that tower, so it's kind of just an all-inclusive mega office building.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, I have no reason to linger. Is there anything that you guys need to find specifically? Uridin, you need arrows. Cthulhu, you need more symbols for Foltis. We can start with our usuals and see what we find. I mean, this is a floating city. This can be all new.
I mean, arrows, yeah, good probably to replenish some. Maybe health potions or rations. That type of stuff. Yeah, let us shop and see the sights.
Maybe we should find a cartographer. There's a lot of R's to roll in that word.
What do we need a cart for?
As you say that, the trolley comes up and stops at the top.
Good timing. It's like we never have to wait after speaking for something to happen.
People actually, it goes back. We'll be back. Doesn't even take anyone down. Just we'll be back.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
It's actually just dragging just so the whole way down.
Like a chair.
And then but then it gets wheels going up, you know. But yeah, it's a weird mechanism.
She's weird.
But
Wheels only turn in one direction.
There is a cart that seats probably about 8 comfortably. And there's a bell that rings when it reaches the top. People file off. There doesn't happen to be anybody on it at the moment. If you'd like to not have to walk the 1,000-foot ramp down to the city proper.
Shotgun. And then
I'll jump on.
Before I hop on, what is shock? I'm just teasing. I jump right on. What is a shotgun?
So,
crossbow.
As you all get on, there is
crowbar.
A woman with the skin that almost appears to have a glow to it. She has gold blonde hair that is tied up into a bun at the top of her head. She is in proper clothing, and she speaks to all of you. Welcome. And are we just taking one path down then?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
We are new to the city. We are going to do sights to see them and explore.
Very well.
How many paths are there?
Well, this would be down. There's other trolleys throughout the city you could use if you need to get around. Are you new to the city?
Yeah,
Yes.
we've
Very well.
never been here.
Well, that box behind you, as you see, there's a small brass box that has a slot on the top of it. If you could please just insert 2 gold there, we will be on our way.
I'll pop 2 gold in there. I'll pop pop a Dobus.
Start to get off like, oh, good. Okay.
But yeah, I will
And as you do, you hear and then as these there's gears underneath that are mechanically pulling it along, just cogs underneath that you saw when it was coming up that are pulling it down. You can tell that this is a slower way to get down, but a lot less tiring. Almost like if you take a train at the zoo to get the other side, you know, it's kind of just worth it.
So wait, this is just going to the bottom of the hill, right?
Yes.
We pi- That's expensive as fuck to get to the bottom of a hill.
The city's floating, so
You gotta pay
I
a
just-
massive electric bill.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a note of the opulence of this city. That's what a nice person makes in a day. We're taking a
Well,
cart down the hill.
Cart down the
Zio,
hill.
how the turntables have, because you and now I have the most money.
do you?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, does
He
Zio
has
feel
all our money.
poor right now?
No,
Well,
Zio's got a lot of money on him.
I was about to say, so do I.
I mean, if we're even just going off of like the classic platinum exchange with gold, I have over 2,000.
Platinum or gold?
Well, I have over 1,300 gold, and I have nearly 70 platinum.
That's because I gave you all my gold.
I gave it all
Aw.
back. I did not add that. I did not add that to my stuff in D&D Beyond.
Which I told you
I-
specifically to not write out all of your gold. So that sounds like Jess just lost 800 gold.
I didn't have 800. I had like 520 something.
Yeah, I was like,
Man,
Well,
just like
I-
Zio, you just dumped it off the side of the city.
No.
Well, when
Well, okay,
here,
am I adding that back to
Jude,
mine?
yes, okay. So if you guys didn't do that already, you guys gave me all your gold before we had the bridge encounter, and this is, if you haven't added it back, Uridin, you gave me 500 gold and 5 silver. Zio, you gave me 585 gold, and June, you gave me 644 gold.
I gave you more than I thought.
Yeah, I
Okay.
wrote it down on here because I already knew I was gonna put it back or give it back, so I wasn't gonna add it to D&D Beyond because
640
although D&D
what?
Beyond is incredibly convenient and intuitive, I didn't want to run into the issue where
44.
something happened. 644
Think.
to June, 585 to Zio, 500 gold, 5 silver to Uridin.
Yeah, didn't even adjust it out of my inventory because I bought health potions already. So
Oh, I did.
Oh, perfect then. Yeah.
I did buy 2 of those.
So as the trolley is
Same.
going down, the woman speaks, and let me see. She says, "Well, since you are all new to the city, I want to welcome you, and I hope you enjoy your stay. How long will you all be staying? I can see that you are a member of the assembly yourself, sir."
I'll give a bow of my hand. Yes, I am. I don't think we have a set schedule, but I would imagine at least through the evening into the next day.
Oh, that's quite perfect then. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the city. It is quite large, so it's easy to get lost, but any shopkeeper should be able to direct you as long as you don't go to any areas that you don't feel too safe. Mainly, there is the Iron Gate that is at the southeastern end of the city. That is the gate that separates the upper city from the lower. You shouldn't have to worry about that. It won't open again for another 4.5 days. As well as to the first area that we will be stopping at, and where your stepping off point will be the Hydron. As she directs your attention forward, you see a large glass dome that seems to have a lot of flora and fauna in it. That is where the city's hydrologists, as well as many druids from the lands, grow greenery without the use of soil. Surrounding this
That is
area... Go ahead.
that is fascinating. What animals do you have in there? Are they exotic to the land or?
No animals.
uh,
Those are plants. That
oh,
area specifically acts as a large greenhouse.
Oh, I misunderstood you. I heard flora and fauna, so I was confused. That is my mistake.
Yes, they use the fauna in their experiments, we should say, to make sure that we can grow enough for the city.
That's cool.
As well as the surrounding area around the Hydrone is more of an aquatic center. That is where most of our aquatic citizens lay their rest, so they can live in harmony with each other.
You made a floating city and then put a freaking ocean in the sky for them? That is crazy. Oh, that's me, Jack Dorius. You are one crazy person.
As I'm like actually writing this kind of down to like kind of like where's third period?
To the
Uh,
northeast. Yes. Question.
yes, excuse me, miss. What was your name?
My name is Amelie.
Amelie? All right. Nice to meet you. I'm curious about this ironed gate. You said it wouldn't open for another 4 days. What happens in 4 days?
Once a week, the door is open for anyone that would like to come in and out. That will also be where the how should I explain it? The area where people can get citizenship, or those that have dealings below the surface. Those that are below the surface create amazing structures like the one you're sitting on now.
Interesting. Okay. And you said your name was Amelie? How do you spell that? Amelie?
Amalie. This is how you spell my name. Don't worry. I get asked every
Thank
day
you.
how to spell it for some reason.
I actually spelled that exactly correct.
I'm proud
See?
of you. I'm sure if I tried to
know.
spell your name, God would still mess it up.
I can spell your name. I'm from the assembly. I'm so smart.
If you go to the
paid 2
northeastern
gold.
sector of the city, that will be our largest market district. I do advise you probably stay out of the center. That is where the central ring is that separates the tower, the central tower, from the rest of the city. Not much around there other than housing, so nothing really too interesting going on. But to the far west side of the city, you have the Necron. That is one of the most fascinating embodiments that we have here in the city. It is a large tower where notable figures are laid to rest. It's quite interesting to see and paid respects at.
As I'm looking at Amelie's glowing skin, before I ask Amelie herself, in order to not be rude, does this ring a bell to Ecclesias? Does it look like a species I've seen or like a magical effect? Okay, Ecclesias wants to think if I've seen this before I ask her, like, what's it about?
She looks human.
Amelie, I'm sorry to interrupt your city guide. I am absolutely enamored by the glowing of your skin. If it is not an offense, is this a magical effect? What is this?
No, it is part of my celestial blood. I am an Azamar.
Oh. That is cool.
I just picture you walk around the city. That is cool. Just the whole time.
Like a Japanese tourist.
Oh well, I'm glad you enjoy.
Whoa.
I'm glad you enjoy what I am. Well,
I do enjoy what I am.
That is cool.
But
Would any of us have heard or know of the existence of Asmars, or?
Yeah, you've heard of them.
Okay.
I don't know the extent of everybody seeing them, but yeah. What?
Just curious if that was like something that would if Zio would be like,
No, I'm talking about
What the
Jeremy.
fuck are
What's the?
oh,
Do we forget somebody, previous party member?
Sven.
Yeah,
but you
Sven-
told
Sven
us
was.
He was an Asmar.
I think it was referenced in something.
What was it?
Remember? Yeah, when his giant wings shot out of his back when you guys had an argument with him.
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah, he's a vampire.
I didn't even know what Asmar were before Sven.
going to suck your blood.
The wings shooting out of his back, I thought that was just because he died.
Why did Sven lose his
That's
lips?
what happens when you die and come back.
Yeah,
You
you
get
lose
wasted.
lips.
I got
no less.
I wanna die.
I wanted to.
I'm derailing this for and I
As the
apologize.
trolley gets to the end of its road.
Going back to level
um,
5.
Is anybody else seeing Discord lag, or is that just me?
I'm catching it once
Like
in a
the
while.
video seems to be.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I
in a
see
while.
it.
Slightly.
Okay. As the trolley gets to the end of its road, there's a clink clunk, and it stops. And
Plingle.
a plingle, and it stops. As Amelie says, I do advise, if you're only here for the evening, probably not to try to take the whole city in at once. You'll get rather lost. I recommend starting with the Hydrone and seeing around the aquatic centers. It's the closest, and if you need to go back to your assembly, sir, it will be the closest way for you to get back.
Amelie,
you
that
for-
is yes, sorry.
I was just going to thank Amelie for her recommendations, and I will step off the trolley.
The trolley ride took about a half hour. Getting down there. It's
Damn.
slow.
Yeah, that was a lot slower.
Yeah.
It's like when you're on the people mover, but somebody's late for their plane, and you're just like, and they're running by like, yeah, no. But I'll give a bow to Amelie, and I'll make my leave from the trolley.
Yep.
All
I
right.
will as well.
So,
So
as you step off, what you will see is architecture that the buildings. It seemed from the upper part by the assembly, everything had a very similar building style to it, but you could definitely tell, and now that it's been pointed out, that parts of the city were built at different times. This one seemed to be relatively newer. In the grand scheme of life, it's still old, but to the city, it's new. But the stonework is built out of what would best be described as prismarine stonework, so tealish and blue. Also very rough to cut. And at the top of most of these buildings, there is some bright colored stonework to each of them. As well as you start to kind of walk through, you do see that there are large buildings that at the top of them, they're large square buildings, and at the top of them almost looks like a gigantic bowl that has water in it. And you can see different creatures, humanoid, but ones that are in there.
like a big fish bowl, pretty much at the top,
Yeah,
and just people swimming in
probably
it?
probably about 4 or 5 of them that you've seen just walking through.
How large? Judging the size of the humanoids in the bowl, how big are these bowls? Are they like
Probably about
feet by 100 feet? Are they like stories tall and
no,
like
I mean probably
thousands of feet wide?
100-foot radius, so 200-foot diameter, equal because it's a sphere. So
Okay, so it's more like a place where, like, because obviously the aquatic species can live outside of the water, so it's a place where they can just kind of go take a swim,
yeah, wet their gills.
wet their gills. DM, could you describe the time of day and the weather and
Sure.
kind of like what? Because we're not like in like an encapsulated dome, right? We're exposed to like
Correct.
the elements, right?
Appearing that you're exposed to the elements, yes. It's about 5 o'clock at this point.
Cheers,
and
Hayden.
when you think about that, or when you kind of take note and you're thinking of the weather, it is fairly warm. It's probably about 65. The reason,
Celsius?
Yes, you're all on fire. But what's kind of off-putting is the fact that there is no breeze. Being this high up and above some of the clouds, you notice that there is no strong breeze that would be accompanied this high up.
Have you all noticed that there is no strong breeze? You figure that these being high up, they'd be so windy. It's just, okay, yeah, we can go. I just was thinking about that. Ecclesias is kind of jotting stuff down, like essentially as you're describing it. Just
Very well.
because I don't know if I'll ever be back here again. This is pretty fun.
So as you're walking by, you do see open stands that seem to be different restaurants. The area you're currently in seems to be some sort of I'll say food court, because restaurant district actually sounds worse. There's a district in a district in a district. So the food
It's
court
like
of the
Grosh and nasty
Yeah.
dolls.
And it as you're in this area, you get different beats of light, and you can see really bright lights that are hitting parts of the stone that you see people actively avoiding, as it seems like sun is hitting off the hydron itself, that large glass dome. And you can see people actively avoiding it. You see somebody kind of walk into it, and you hear a tss, and they're like, fuck, and they walk away.
Just birds alive.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
55 right?
But you see different food stalls, some that seem to be selling cannibalistic enough different types of fish and or aquatic meals.
Ooh, trident.
I'm getting food with Master Vale later, so I'm going to save my appetite. But do you guys want the food before we go on?
Well, we can.
Yeah. I want food.
There seems to be more people there. There's tridents there. It looks like... Is that a cat? What is that? Oh, no, that's just a...
Moo.
just a...
It's a sea cat.
Is it-
They move.
It's a sea-
Sea cat.
okay, so a
No, that's just catfish. Okay.
So, I don't know if maybe it's a bit rude to Ecclesias. I don't want to sit down and eat in front of him if you're going to be eating later. Maybe we should all get something to eat when he goes off and does his thing. But unless you guys also want food right now, then sorry,
I can
Ecclesias.
wait. I kind of wanted to see that high drone.
Yes, me too.
Wait, when was that meeting that I had? Do you guys know my schedule?
No,
I was
what,
like,
Yeah.
what meeting?
Oh, actually, Urudin, at 3:45, you have a press briefing. At 3:47, you have autographs.
Yes. Autographs, yes. okay.
Autographs.
Tographs. Thank you for your
You
fee.
have to...
God.
Somehow it naturally made it back.
Full circle, baby. You know, AA.
No, I was supposed to meet with Miara at some point. Who else was invited?
Oh,
Was that just Master Vale?
it was not me, but if you want, I can send her a message to ask. So that
Shit,
way
what
you
if-
are not late.
Yeah, but could you please? I totally forgot. I
Yes,
thought
of
somebody
course.
else was going. June, were you invited to that?
No, I think
Thought it
she
was-
invited you after you asked her about her last name.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that I remember, but I don't remember when she said the meeting was. I'm embarrassed if it's right now.
Oh, well, let me find out. This will take a moment, so if you want to grab a quick snack, I would have to pause here.
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
But yeah, I'll kind of walk. I'll get off the path, avoiding the sun rays, and
Is that conversation happening? And Zio's like, I'll have one of those fish on a
Yep.
stick. You know what? 5 silver. 5 silver.
Yeah.
You got
It's
He
like-
some.
just,
Yeah.
he just
that
fucked
fish on
off
a
while we were
stick?
talking about stuff.
that's amazing.
Zio's like, I don't have your schedule. Okay, bye.
I'm-
I was about to say, yeah.
We'll say 5
If
silver.
we're not eating right now, I want some snacks.
And you have about a 10-inch
need a
stick that
snack.
seems to have what looked like some sort of eel wrapped around it.
You have a
Whole
10-inch
eel,
stick
all
with
head.
an eel.
Is it
All
good?
head.
Just a bunch of eel heads, like a shish,
Yeah.
like a kibbe.
Roll a constitution
Like a bad.
check. We'll see if you think it's good.
Also,
All right.
Jeremy, you kept saying there's tridents.
Yeah, people are just walking around.
Yeah, just like eating, like chewing on like a trident.
I just
which is,
pictured
like, the weapon.
1,000 packs of gum.
Triton.
It's
Triton.
a 5.
Yeah, I was gonna call you on that, but we moved on. Hey, look, a trident. And so I was just like, yeah.
It's fine. I wasn't gonna call you on
Yeah.
the flora and fauna, but we'll all move on from everything.
Hey, Jess called you on it, not me. Don't
Yeah.
get mad at me.
Let's
What was
take a
your
break so we can all
constitution?
fight.
You want
5.
to fight?
5? No, it's awful. It is just.
Yeah.
It doesn't even seem like it's cooked to you.
Sushi.
Erden, Kazoon, June.
You
Anyone
took a
wanna-
bite out of it. You have to finish that.
It's disgusting.
You just got
That
the
is
whole.
so rude.
He's like standing, like you take a bite right in front of the person that prepared it for you.
I'm just gonna wait till
I
we
turned
go.
my back and walked to you guys. Do you guys want this?
Someone would want that.
I'm gonna wait until we go to the deep fried district. I'm gonna wait till we get there.
They have
I
a-
will
Deep fried
deep fried
district.
They have a
district.
boiled district, a grilled district, a deep fried district.
You got a soul food district, just gospel music
You
playing.
better
I'm gonna
get
cast
the
Sunday
raw
now when I
fish.
have
Better
it.
get a Harlem in China. All right, go ahead.
We have had a long rest from. I was say because I have casted. I've cast sending twice already. I can't remember when, so whatever. I'm gonna cast it, and I'm just gonna say I'm on a 3rd levels. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Tumiara, picturing her in all of her glory and beauty. And once I get settled in and comfortable, I like to picture that as opposed to like kind of like center myself. I'm just kind of like leaning up against a wall. Hello, Miara. This is Ecclesios. It's always 5. Okay, it's always like hello, the name, and then okay, so 5. On behalf of Urundin, and to keep track of our schedule, when is he to meet with you? Thank you.
I believe we are meeting tomorrow. You're welcome.
And then she said exactly tomorrow. No time. Exactly tomorrow.
But the suspense is literally killing me. That's all she said.
Why are you so
He said
eager for this
exactly
meeting?
London, England.
Oh,
Well,
Well-
maybe when you go have dinner with Master Vale, you can ask him
oh,
what
because he's gonna
time-
be there.
Yeah,
Oh, is
or
it messing with
you
him
can
too?
have him, send a message to Uridan.
This could work, yes. I'm a little tired from all the extravagance, so I won't be able to send it myself until tomorrow. But yes, I'll ask Master Vale this evening to do so for you.
Yeah, Ecclesius, do you want this?
Is that a famous ear shish kebab?
Yes, it's apparently is.
Sorry, some of
Yes,
the, like,
and
I never thought there would have to be times of. It's like when you're doing a voice and all of a sudden like a word that you never thought. It's like saying spooky. Like that's why like I just. Anyways, is that the famous ear shish kebab? I will. I'm just kind of going with it, assuming that I kind of lived in fishing ports and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's
and
pretty
I don't
good.
mean, can't.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good. It's
oh,
prepared
no.
pretty well. Whatever fish marinade they have, it's great.
Mm,
I'm
yeah,
just
this is
glad to have
You'll
it
pass.
at my hand.
this is fantastic.
And you look down at your hand and there's slime.
Oh,
Oof. I think Urudin can help clean with these prestidigitation.
For the whole day, just.
yes. Can you, Uridan, please?
Oh, no, I'm out of. No, you're clean.
why is he magical Mr. Clean? The fuck?
This
It's
one.
a spell that Uridan took.
No, I'm out. Yeah, and you're clean.
Thank you, Uridan.
It's a finger gun with that too. You're clean. Especially because like how like rough and badass Urudin is, just like the softest thing to do to somebody. Hey, you're clean.
My hands are always
Oh.
impeccably soft.
Yeah.
No, you're an archer. You got really soft hands.
Soft hands.
Alright.
Well, yeah. Now we got Urudin his schedule, and we got me a snack, and yeah, let's continue forward. Mind the sunrise. That guy got totally burnt from being into it.
If you want, a bird flies. Actually, yeah, you'd probably see a bird flying with it.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! You all see that?
Do they
Like-
make a SPF strong enough to combat those rays?
Why can't they fix that?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
T20 steel.
yeah, you're right. Why would this for a floating city? This is such a massive oversight.
If you're interested in going to see the Hydrone, there is a brass staircase, and it wraps around the outside of the Hydrone.
I am
You can
trucking up.
you do see an entrance to it, but you can see that there's guards at it. You can feel free to talk to them if you like.
Are there any real quick though before because we're on brass steps? Are there any of those sunbeams that are hitting these brass steps?
No.
I want to burn my paws. I did. If you did not know, if your canon was not complete of my outfit with my knees down, I do not wear shoes.
My knees down.
My knees down.
I knew that. I always look at your knees.
Thank you for your feet. Why is this?
Oh my god.
Well, how are we
my
finding so many
fucking
places to
God.
put this weird sentence?
Cthulhu is uncomfortable.
Thank you
That's
for your
so you see
feet.
at the top. Cthulhu is
It's
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
So are you taking that staircase that wraps around?
Yes.
I will follow June.
Alrighty, as June's hair is just straight up like Vegeta.
Damn again.
So peering in,
Do that again, please.
there's a lot going on the inside, so it's hard to kind of capture it all at once. Like when you see an I Spy puzzle, and every time you look at it, you find something you didn't see the first time. But looking in, you see a couple things that catch your eye. You see a small area. You see a what appears to be an elven male who is doing some sort of hand signs. You can tell he's casting a spell. And then there is a large trough in front of him. And again, no soil or anything in it, but you do see some sort of roots that are in this trough. And as he finishes the sigil, you can see that some small apparition of clouds come over top and start what appears to be raining just in that trough. Another area, there is a small creature that has two horns on it that's walking on all fours, and it is pulling behind it a large which almost appears to be it's almost as large as like a tree trunk, but you can tell by different hairs and tendrils coming off of it that it is some sort of root. And then on an opposite, because you're kind of going around the whole dome, so as you wrap around to another side, you see a area that has a bunch of glass bottles that are hanging from the ceiling that have different plants growing out of them, and all of them have a undiscernible brown liquid in them that it's either growing in or sprouting out of. And these bottles range from, one that's about yay big to, very large.
Are these like multiple floors? Because you said we're going up.
The staircase went up and then just goes around and then goes back down.
Got you. Okay, so it is just
what you're seeing on the inside is essentially just a gigantic greenhouse. So everything on the inside, it's a very open dome. Just everything is kind of segmented to its own part of the dome.
okay.
That's cool.
That is cool.
We got a new catchphrase.
The horned creature, is it like a ox or like a bison? Or is
No,
it,
the cowboys
really
made all
weird?
those extinct.
All the
Those
bison
don't
are
exist in my
extinct.
world.
Yeah.
Skyboy Cowboys.
Yeah,
I forgot
the
his
Cowboy
real name.
Sky
Cowboy.
Boys
Yeah.
made them all extinct.
I like Scowboys. Whoever said that, that was good.
Interesting enough, this is a creature that none of you recognize.
Oh, what is that beast?
I don't know.
I have never seen that church before.
Do you think it
What
tastes
is
better
it?
than that weird eel thing? I could shoot it.
I think it's
These-
doing a job. I don't think it's
Don't pet it. He's working.
got the best.
Forgive me if you described it, Fern, but is this beast? Does it look? Does it? Does it look?
furry?
Not
Is it-
sentient. Does it look like? Yeah. Does it look like it has like
Beastial.
Like a
sentience?
crawling-
It looks
a
beastial.
crawling
Domesticated?
thing.
It looks
Okay.
bestial, yeah. It does not look
is it-
intelligent.
Does it look? Is it like clothed, saddled, harnessed?
It's harnessed for what it's dragging behind it.
And there's
So it's
nobody.
basically an ox, but no.
No, there is someone that it was walking towards, just nobody leading. Sorry.
Okay. And is there anything in what it's carrying?
Yeah,
Or
it was
would it-
dragging behind it what appeared to be a giant root.
Big old
Oh, giant
one.
root. Sorry, I must have missed that. Okay. I am not taking lead on this one. Where is Alar when you need him? I could try to. No, he can't teach me how to
Christ.
speak to beast.
I I start pulling.
I should
out-
fireball at it.
No, I pull
Oh.
out.
I clean it.
Yeah.
Anthony, were they like capsules or
The furry balls.
no?
Those are on
Yeah,
my
really-
chest.
Yeah, they are.
The stuff I took that let me talk to the plants. Was it like a capsule or like a pill? Because I have like 9
She's
left.
about to start
I believe
shitting.
so. If you do
What
want
the
to take
fuck
that,
is that?
remember, you're not like inside this dome and able to like touch this creature. Like you're on the outside and it's on the inside.
Is there a door to go inside the?
Yes, the door
We're
that
approaching.
has the guards by it. Yep.
Okay. I'll just take out like a handful of these.
I believe it was powder. Because that's funnier to me.
She's about to
Just-
start tripping acid.
Just
in
June
the
just
middle of a floating
snorting
city.
lines.
I'll take out like this little pouch, and I'll say, guys, last time I tried some of this, I talked to all the plants in the forest. I think I told you about it.
You
I
We
talked to all the planets in the
all the plants in the forest.
forest.
I heard
And-
planets.
That too.
Elmo's a glove.
I'll take some, and then we would be able to talk to all the plants in there.
That sounds like it
It
sounds like it could be dangerous, but when in Trixia,
That's
well,
that's a person.
Yeah.
All right, I meant to say Illyria.
Okay,
Sorry,
it is pill form. It looks similar to ecstasy.
Okay, then just kidding. I have a bunch of little happy pills in my hand, and I say, "Hey, if we all, I took one last time, and I was able to talk to all the plants in the
Is
forest."
there a smiley face on the pill?
I was gonna say I rolled to see if Ecclesias wants to do it,
Dick
and all I gotta say is
It's time to do it.
let's get funky.
Yeah.
Yes, June. As long as you know that it is safe and habit forming, and there's nowhere to come down or withdrawal, I would be happy to try this to speak. Plus,
I like hate that I
How
have
long
to do
does
this,
it
but yeah,
last?
like 100% June had 0 like negative effects with it. So as far
say Jeremy knew that. I don't know if
So,
the DM will get
who's-
mad at that metagaming, but
Jess knows what it is, and I hate that I'm doing
Who's
this. But
taking
this is
it?
what June would do.
Just June.
No, June, I would say to Ecclesias, I've only tried it once, and yeah, I could talk to plants nearby, and I didn't have any negative effects when I took it.
June, although I trust, forgive me, Zio. Go ahead.
I'm just curious of how long did this last? Because Ecclesias, you do have your master.
How long did
No,
it
you
last
you
for
are
me?
right. I was going to say that June, you have a stronger disposition with your arcane. So, and I do have that meeting at in a couple of hours actually. So,
Oh well, I don't know if
um,
it's magic. I got it from a guy in an alley in Uthran.
oh, well, in that case, just put it into my body. No,
How long
June.
did it last for me, DM? When I took it last time,
Hours?
a couple hours, you said.
I don't remember exactly. I think I had a couple hours.
up to 20 hours minus one. But
Yes, June. If you all take it, just be responsible and be safe. But you can. That would be a great way to listen to the plants. But I have to. I have to go somewhere in a couple hours.
Could be a great way to listen to some plants.
It's like a
I
very
just-
weird indie band.
I'm trying to yes and it without actually
Not.
contributing because I really. Not only do I want June to like have this experience, regardless if anybody else joins her, but I just want to see how many voices Fern can come up with for plants. Flycus is like, "Yo, over here, you want some more drugs? I got him hidden under my robe."
What do I gotta do
Zio and
to
Odin,
it?
If you guys want to take this, I will be the one that will step out and watch you guys.
I don't even
No.
know why you need to watch it. It was fine. You just get to talk to the plants, and then
I'll only do it if there is
Okay,
one plant named Robert.
well,
There
you have
is,
to
I can
you have to be
have
able
to
to talk
take
to the
it to
plants to
ask.
ask them their name.
If
No.
one of the plants call me sugar, then I'm good.
I actually am going to pass. I have something I want to do in a moment.
Okay, then Eddie can watch us. I'll take it.
Who's Eddie?
Odin.
Minus
Shit.
one. Minus
Damn it.
one.
It's one.
Minus
Damn
one
it.
experience.
I will also join you, granted, on the condition that we can get in and pass those guards.
Oh, right, yeah. Why don't we see if we can even go inside first before... Because the worst thing to do is to do drugs before the club, and then they don't let you in, so you're just outside in the cold with too little clothing, and then you don't go.
Your feet hurt for no reason.
So I've heard.
You do the drugs before you get in the
Flashback
club.
to Clesius's clubbing days.
Does
No, seriously, I'm cool. Let me in.
wait? Does anybody
I'm cool.
have a spell that they can make a plant or something interesting? We could try to get in there. Maybe
Like
lift the
genius.
seat.
I have this
She's
plant.
kind
Let
of a
me
tourist
in.
attraction. Why don't we just ask if it's open and we can go in?
Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Oh, so Ecclesius could use the esoteric assembly.
I can try, sure, yeah. Yeah, the best thing to do is just ask.
You're gonna walk in and be like, official flower business, move out of the way.
Official flower business.
I'm a potential inquirer. Please move.
You need to
Alrighty,
inquire
so
about these
as
plants.
all of you head up to these two guards, who both have tridents, and they are both tritons, both male. They have greenish hair, greenish blue hair with dark teal blue skin. Ecclesius and Zeo probably would have been the only ones to see this species before.
Ah, these are trident. Fucking hell. These,
You walk up. Are these tridents?
wow, these are
Yes.
tridents, holding tridents. It's like, well, there is, this,
These are tridents, holding tridents.
They,
these, these are tridents. It's been some time since I've seen one. Does anybody,
Never mind. I don't know the language that they speak.
As you walk up, they
Like they're like Self-Cath from KOTOR. You just keep spamming through because it's terrible to listen to.
as you walk up, they are speaking common, and they go, "Do you have any official flower business?"
Oh.
Swallow.
Are these dudes like jacked too?
Yeah, they look
Flower
pretty
business.
ripped. Do you have any flower business?
you know shit about flowers?
Well, one of them asks you, "Do you have any business here?"
I look to the rest of the party. No, not officially. What brings us here is curiosity. Is this close to visitors? We have some people that are some of my friends here have the affinity to speak to plants, and we were simply curious.
Well, unfortunately, it is not open to the public. Hydroponics only.
Oh,
I thought that our guide on the trolley said that we should check it out. That it was like a tourist attraction.
Yes, it is, and you can view it from the upper deck there.
is this the way to the upper deck? And I'll point to that way.
Yeah, he points to the stairs you guys just got off of. If you go around that way, there is a staircase that'll take you around the dome.
Forgive me if this is out of line as visitors, but why is this entrance guarded? Are there rare plants inside here that need to be protected?
Yes, as well as there is no other hydro center in Valaris.
Oh,
This is the
yes,
only one, and we cannot procure soil this high up, so we have to come up with other means.
Thank you for your information.
I'll turn to June and the rest of the group.
So do you all want to go to the stairs to see where they said so?
Well, we already saw it. We were just there.
Yeah, I actually have a question for these tritons. What do you guys use the plants for?
Food, medicine, beauty.
All right, so typical stuff, nothing crazy magical or.
No,
Awesome.
they can also be used alchemically.
What kind of potions do you make from them?
I'm not sure. I'm not an alchemist. But
Do
I'm
you
sure
have
that
any,
if you see if you are in the market district at any time, if you find one, you could ask there.
Where's
Okay.
the market district?
Southeast?
It's in the northeast place.
Sorry.
There's the and we are
That's what she said, right?
yeah, northeast is where the market district is. He pulled out his actual thing, but we have to avoid the center. It's a boring place with nothing going on.
And as you say that, there's just a giant wall
In the center?
surrounding the
Wow.
central
Oh, it's-
tower.
Oh,
What's
these
in
Oh,
the
is
like
central
that where-
tower?
The Archmage lives?
Yes,
Works?
is.
Oh,
Is?
Octorius.
Correct. New to the city, then.
Yes.
Yes, first time.
Which is why we wanted to see the plans.
Well, you
Yeah.
can observe from there, and I welcome you to the city.
It's not the same. I'll kind of start walking the other way.
Your city
I want
sucks.
to ride the giraffe. I don't want to just feed it. I want to fight the bear. I don't want to stare from afar.
DM won't let me drug everybody. It's fine.
You still drug
Before
him?
we before
Yes, June, do you think that you think
Is that a
that
happy pill in our
they
drink?
will
Jesus
hear us
Christ.
through the
We're
glass?
gonna go talk to the plants.
you can still drug him.
No, I'm
It's like
I'm-
that's how.
I know. You can still do that.
You can still drug
I
him.
just want us to be real high trying to talk to plants through glass, like tapping on the glass.
Why are you
Hello.
sleeping?
Fogging it up and drawing hearts. They're prisoners.
Oh, but they want to be
They
set
want
free.
out.
And as the police get up to you, you just like, the governor came and took my baby.
Since the first places that we went to are obviously protected for, of course, reasons, shall we go to the market district? I have about how much time do I have left, DM, until I have to?
With this,
There we go.
given the size of the city, you probably don't have enough time to explore outside of this district itself.
I think what
But fancifully enough, you get a message in your head from Master Vale.
oh,
Where are you?
Ecclesias,
where you at?
should you be far, it may be time to head back to the assembly. Inform your friends that a small but quaint bakery is, then you get another message, just on the outside of that district, called Blissful Bites. A great
think-
place to get dinner while they wait for us. There we go.
Man, that's some big flex in Master Vale. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna burn 2 third-level spells to get what I really want to say off my chest.
Don't.
I will reply.
Dinner recommendations.
Thank you, Master Vale, for the information. I will. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Master Vale, for the information. I will tell them now, and I will leave lickety split quick.
And you get another sending back.
This was
Thank
Ecclesias.
you.
Thank you.
At the same time.
Oh wow!
no, you go-
Oh wow!
I go
I
first.
have
You talk
50
first.
words.
Who talks first? I talk first? You talk first?
I realized you did it twice, so now I have 50 whole ass words to say back to you.
50 whole
Sorry.
ass words.
But to the rest of the group, my Master Vale has informed me that this is time for us to part ways, as I need to meet with him. But there is a place outside by this district named Blissful Bites. That is a good place for you to get food and await my return. Not in the sense which will have to wait for me to do things, but if you are hungry, there will be a place to eat while I meet with him. And Urdin, don't worry, I will ask him to find out an exact time, more acute than just tomorrow.
Oh, that is so helpful. Thank you.
Of course. So, if you're going to do drugs, enjoy.
I don't
And
even know if
he-
I mean it
He
is
describes
something.
exactly where it is, so you guys know where to go if you go there.
It's just the thing, and then you would find it, and it's there.
I was just gonna ask the guards.
Oh
They
yeah, it's
seem
right
like
over
they-
there.
So
Thank you.
as we walk there, does that Octavio, whatever his name is he like the ruler here, or does he just like?
Are you separating from Ecclesias at this point? You would be going two different directions.
Oh, I'd imagine so. Then yes.
Yeah, I'll see you later. And then
Bye.
Have fun.
So Ecclesias, as you're heading up,
Actorius, Uridan,
Yeah, Doc.
and I don't, as far as I know, I don't know if he's a ruler, but from what we were told, is he's the one that kind of created the city.
How are you gonna
Okay.
create a city but not rule it?
Not everybody has a need to rule over people, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he
obviously
does. I don't
has
know.
a need and desire and
He-
lust for power. Granted, he worked to the point where he could make a floating city.
Well,
Or
I
he's
would
just very
argue-
talented.
I would argue that, yeah, power doesn't necessarily mean that you need, like, political power.
But
This is breaking.
if
Siege.
he's the
Like,
one
I
that's-
want power, but I don't want political power.
But I mean, with him being the one holding the city up, if anybody makes him too mad, he could just drop the city. No.
Well, and
I don't,
also
I don't
Kinda
know.
puts
I
you
don't
in
know
charge.
what I don't know what kind of magic he used.
when you have
Yeah.
nukes, you're in charge.
You win.
yeah, like to kind of add on what Zio was saying is like, yeah, that he doesn't want political power because fuck it, he is the power that all he needs to be.
I am the hype.
Just saying he might not rule
I am the
in
weapon.
the traditional sense, but I think that it would be naive to think that he doesn't get his way no matter what.
Well, any mage that powerful to create something like this could probably get his way just because he wants to.
He would have got his way already if he wanted to.
But perhaps, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody with that kind of power wants terrible things. You know, maybe his deal is that he gets, I don't know, one of those fish stick things that you got like
It's
every
a horrible deal.
I mean, I don't
I'm getting a raw deal here.
maybe he gets free access to the hydropone.
He
I
is
mean-
the hydro pump.
Did you call it the hydropone? Because I so just want to start saying that to people in video games. Hydro.
Hydropone.
Hydropone.
You've been
hydropone.
hydropwned.
The hydrone.
Hydrone, yes.
So
I
very
keep wanting to
hydro.
say hydrodome or hydrome.
Welcome to the hydrodome.
Hydrone. Yeah.
Hear Thunderstruck
Hydrodome.
play in the background.
Ka-chow. But I
So
don't.
we're just gonna take the drugs now.
I think
There's no
June already
point.
did.
I didn't.
I think so too.
I didn't. There's no point.
Are
There's
you,
something-
are you
Like I
guys
said.
on your way to the bakery?
Yeah,
Yes, we're walking and talking.
Bits.
Maybe a drug.
I was
can
hoping
make
to
you
stand
talk
right
to
in front
baked
of the
goods.
guards. This
I mean, do you
entire
guys
time.
even know that these are drugs? Literally, I took it. I went camping when we were in Urida or Uthran, and I took it. I felt really nice, and I could talk to all the plants, and then
Yeah,
I felt fine.
everything.
Ta-
Everything you
okay.
just said, that's the drugs.
You can take one
Well-
right now, and we'll test.
There's no
Experiments.
point because it's like I wanted to take it because I could talk to the
Maybe-
plants. There are
maybe you
literally
can
no
talk
other
to
plants here.
things. Maybe
Yeah,
you
you'll
can
talk to a
other things.
biscuit when we get to the bakery. You'll talk
I was
to a
about to
biscuit.
say you could.
Why would I want to talk to a biscuit?
But you want to
could
talk
live
to
a
a
very
biscuit?
interesting life.
Because plants are alive and we see them all the time.
Oh, so are biscuits. Have you ever had a
Never
biscuit?
thought
Biscuits
that I
are not
wanted to
alive,
talk to
Erd, and
one.
you eat them.
They make me
Yeah.
feel alive.
You can
They're very
eat
good.
plants.
Yeah, but now
Got
I
'em.
kind of feel bad about it.
Weren't the biscuits once plants?
Now I feel bad about
I
it.
was about to say, The biscuits were once plants.
I
so-
can't be a vegetarian in this world.
June hasn't talked to any animals, so it's fine. But yeah, can't eat the plants.
I want to tell you guys something that I am scheming in my tinfoil hat brain.
Scheming.
Yeah.
Or-
So-
Tinfoil.
Yeah, you know, the stuff that we put our conspiracy theory hats on.
You mean the tin hat?
Yeah, oh yeah, tin. That's what it is. I want to find the like shady underbelly criminal syndicate of this area.
Do you think they would be up here? Or do you think they would be below the city?
They're probably below. I want to see if there's a way to sneak in because the gate is closed. I want to learn how to be sneakier than I am. I'm like pretty sneaky, but I'm not the best sneaky, and I want to do that.
So
Well, I
you
think
need
that we
to-
have plenty of time. I think we'll be here for a few weeks at minimum.
I just wanted to let you guys know because I'm trying to do that now. And
So
that's
are
not-
you gonna start stealing things and
I'm
join
not gonna be a
these?
thief. I want to be sneaky. Who do you think I am?
You're talking about trying to find crime syndicates.
Yeah. I'll do their trial. If they tell me to take some pearls or something, I'll take them. And then when I get good at it, I'll sneak back in and I'll replace the pearls.
I just imagine saying that to the cops. No, I just want to be sneaky. I stole it, so when I get better
Yeah.
at stealing, I put it
I
back.
can put it back.
I'll steal it from
I
them.
was borrowing it.
Um,
Well, thank you for letting us know.
oh,
Also,
yeah.
I'm gonna spy on Miara. All right, so
What?
to the
Why?
bakery.
We're on our way to the bakery, Uridan.
I'm walking faster.
At about this time, you would end up getting to. You see a little
Start
bit of a
walking, trying to catch up to you.
differentiation in the districts. You can see where the aquamarine stonework turns into regular cobble or sandstone. More of a warm feel. As you get to a smaller building, in comparison to the giant fish bowls you've been seeing, that has a curved banner over the top that says Blissful Bites. There is a glass window on the right front of the store, or the building, and then just a simple wooden door on the left.
Since I sped walk ahead of the group, I will open the door and see how far ahead I got. And I'm like holding the door, and then I just go in because they're too far away. It's awkward.
So as all of you go in, you see a very warm and intimate setting, not very grand like you've been seeing in other places. And there is small subdivided, we'll say, rooms. So there's different booths, and each booth has like a wall walls in between it, so you can have a little bit of privacy. And then a sliding door that kind of closes off the booth if you'd like. There's a couple open as you go over, and as you walk in, you see one of the booths, and you see Master Vale sitting there. He has a cup in front of him, a regular teacup, and he makes eye contact with the four of you, and he kind of raises his hand and hails you over.
We go over to him. Aren't you supposed to be meeting Ecclesius?
Yes, I have time. I'm sure I'll still beat him there. Please have a seat as he steps out so you guys can slide in.
I'll actually take the spot right next to him.
Yeah, fuck you. I can teleport, bitch. So he steps out so you can all, or one of you can slide in to the inside of the booth.
Uridan does that.
Okay.
Yeah, I took
and
that
then
spot.
and then you three take the other side.
How big is this booth? Are we like
Big enough.
maxi cram it?
You're tiny.
It's either
It
three
fit.
of you on that side or three
True,
of you on
but
the
you
other
guys
side.
aren't.
I push both of them in, and I get the outside because I'm cool.
All right. So
Why
as,
not?
as you sit down, there's a halfling woman that comes over and speaks to you. And what would you like to drink?
Coffee for me, please.
Strong or mild?
Strong.
Very well. And anyone else?
Ale.
Oh, we're not an ale house, honey. I have teas, coffees. I have hot cocos as well as some flavored waters.
Has
Way to
this
read the
been-
rooms, Leo. Jeez.
Is this the first place that we've been to together that serves food but not alcohol?
Yep.
Okay. Tea, please.
Very well. Strong or mild?
Strong.
A hot
Thank
cocoa
you.
for me.
Very well.
Hot cocoa as well.
Strong or mild?
Strong.
Very well.
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa
Strong.
as well for me. Thank you.
Are
Extra
you sure you don't sell
marshmallows.
alcohol?
Strong or mild?
I'll be different, mild.
Very well. And Master Vale, I got mine mild as well. And he takes a sip.
Damn it.
So, how are all of you doing? Do you enjoy the city?
It's
Well, they didn't go let us talk to the plans.
I know, it's kind of lame.
Or the Hydrodome?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, generally under lock and key. I wouldn't assume they'd let you in.
Well,
But you wanted to talk to plants? That's an odd reason to be in there.
there was just this one time, but the lady on the trolley made it sound like it was a tourist attraction, like we could go in and
Oh, well,
explore.
I'm sorry about that. Well, if it's any
No, it's fine.
consolation, and then the halfling woman comes back and she gives you your drinks, and Master Vale, it's on me, and he hands her 2 platinum pieces. And
Well-
it's as you all kind of take a sip. Funny enough, Cthulhu, yours tastes like very tasty hot chocolate. And the rest
Yay.
of your guys' drinks taste like what you ordered that is spiked with liquor.
Haha.
Oh shit!
Not so.
I'm enjoying my hot chocolate.
Me too.
Still very
Yes.
tasty, but it is spiked.
Yeah.
The underage one in the group.
And exactly. And Master
Master
Vale
Vale
speaks.
too.
Well, as you know, I do need to meet with Ecclesius, so I will kind of cut to the chase. For existential reasons and those to my own perception, I can tell that you have reservations about certain things that I may be involved with, or the Assembly, or just Ecclesius in general. And I am not here to sway your mind in any one direction, because you are all your own people. Without making this more awkward than it has to be, I guess I will leave it off with, this is a strong opportunity for Ecclesius. And I really, whether it be for our sakes or not, I think that you should all unequivocally support him in this, regardless of any feelings you have for anyone else. He'll need you all. This will be challenging, and he may die without your help.
Then why have you tried to reinstate these things that put people that you care about in danger?
Because I can't watch over him for my entire life, nor his.
Is there no other way to progress through the ranks of the assembly than this, what seems to be an incredibly dangerous test?
Well, I guess the only way I can answer that is with a question that might be slightly rhetorical. Do you think I should send someone in the ranks to find something that could potentially alter their own mind without seeing if they can get something on their own first? It would be less safe that way to find out later. It's better to know now.
I don't mean to speak out of turn, but
There's no turns.
I look at Zio and June. Our friend is putting his life on the line for something that he cares about. I don't question anything. I'll be by his side the whole time. I will watch over him.
I don't think the issue was ever if we were going to help Ecclesius, Master Vale. Ecclesius he's always been there for me since the moment that I met him. There was never any doubt that I would help him in whatever he needs help with.
And it's settled.
Yes.
We'll help him.
I'm
That's
only
it?
bringing this to your attention because, to my shock, and obviously Ecclesias's, when that support was not there when this opportunity was given, but in return was met with, no offense, Master Vunra, but greed, among others, and, at the worst, distrust.
It's not distrust for Ecclesias.
Understood. But that is why I informed. Regardless of reasoning or your trust in others, you need to do this for him.
And we will, Mr. Vale. It's not even that I have distrust for you. You have been nothing but kind and helpful for us, whether it be because, solely because of Ecclesias or not. I think the issue lies with, which I'm sure that Ecclesias has informed you of certain things that we've been told, that we've seen associated with the assembly, that I suppose makes me unable to turn a blind eye and trust the assembly as a whole fully.
He takes a sip of his tea, like, no. He does take a sip, but he, please inform me of what is swaying your logic.
Well, Ecclesias had mentioned that he had told you everything that we knew. And the first thing that we saw was a member of your assembly speaking with a member of the Bureau and hiring that member to kill somebody. We have also heard...
Before you move on, you have proof of him hiring someone to kill someone.
We heard through the door that he hired the person that we ultimately ended up
Killing.
in order to save somebody else. Yes.
Takes a sip.
The other thing is that we were told by somebody that was trying to win our favor that the assembly was very much involved with the same goals as the Bureau.
And who was that member?
His name was Cinder, and unfortunately he is no longer around for you to ask any questions.
That is unfortunate. How
Or
did he
us.
meet his demise?
He got dusted.
He got incinerated.
That's what Master Vale does.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Literally disintegrated right in front of our eyes.
What?
Uh-huh.
Disintegrated is the perfect term for that.
There's so many facts left out of that I don't even know where to begin asking questions about it.
I mean, I could
There's
just
no
tell you
point.
there was like a hooded figure. He pointed at
Okay.
him, and then he was like, poof.
And he was gone. But that was after he told us that the assembly was very much involved with the Bureau's dealings.
How was he aware of this?
He was part of the Bureau, and he just gave the information willingly, I suppose. He was asking for our help in a situation.
I'd also want to interject and say we don't take his word for truth,
It's
but
just
we are skeptical, and we
Yes.
want to really flesh everything out before we make any decisions.
which is why I'm telling you, Master Vale, that these are the reasons why I am unable to just fully trust the assembly. One of the most recent dealings was that we saw a symbol that included the symbol for the Bureau, the symbol for the Black Chalice, which I don't know if you're familiar with, but was a crime syndicate that has not been heard of for some time, but was present a while ago, included with the symbol for the assembly, as if the three were working together. Like Uridan said, we don't have any proof. We don't have anything but just things that we've seen and heard. And at least for myself, and I'll only speak for myself, it doesn't mean that I have ill will towards the assembly. It doesn't mean that I intend to do anything about the assembly. I don't have enough information. I am unable to bring myself to believe that the assembly only has good intentions for everybody at this time. With that being said, I have no suspicion of Ecclesius. I trust him with my life, and I know that if the shoe was on the other foot, that there would be no question. And I don't think you have to worry, regardless of any reaction or statements or greed, if you say, that all of us are going to help him. And none of us are going to let anything happen to him.
I'm sorry. Jane,
As you're
but
speaking, by the way, he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a brass object. It seems like a circular, smooth brass object from your point of view. He looks at it and puts it back. Continue.
Zero.
Did you mention, I don't know if you were close enough to hear, but one of the men that were trying to toll that bridge, did you mention what he said?
I know that Ecclesius told me he had the Black Chalice tattoo and that they were part of the Shroud family, but did he say something else that I'm not recalling?
Yes, he mentioned unprompted, noted Ecclesius's clothing and said that he clearly, I don't remember his exact words, but kind of noted that he clearly knew his way around some criminal organizations or something of that such, as he kind of pointed to his clothing and the assemblage. And again, I kind of want to reiterate what June said. I don't distrust you, Master Vale, and I definitely do not distrust Ecclesius at all. I, as well, trust him with my life.
But I'm gonna interrupt really quick. I don't know if this is what this meeting was for, Master Vale, but I feel like we're grossly oversharing for the little time that the Master has here.
No, it's quite all right. I should be off. He stands up again, and the halfling kind of walks over, and he gives her another 2 platinum. Their meals are on me. Well, I'm glad that you are there for Ecclesius. I guess I will leave off with, I hope that my words can instill a little bit of trust in the Assembly over those that were a part of the Bureau.
We will have this conversation in depth maybe when you have more time. I don't want to be rude to my friends and just cut them off, but I did just do that.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. It sounds more of a talk you need to have amongst each other. Either way.
I agree.
I must away. Good day, everyone. And as he takes a step, he...
As soon as he leaves, I turn to everybody. I was like, why didn't he seem to acknowledge anything that we said?
Because he wasn't here for that. You guys just started spewing stuff and throwing up words.
Oh, it was more so that he was questioning our ability or our willingness.
He did not
to
question
help
anything.
He did.
He just said he was in favor of us not getting in the way of Ecclesius's mission
No,
for the
Erden, I
Assembly.
think you misheard him. Is that he was questioning our willingness to help Ecclesius and the Assembly.
Because of the Assembly. He knows we don't trust the Assembly. He just doesn't want us to get in the way of their plans. Which is fine. We will help Ecclesius, as we stated.
That's what I said.
Yeah. But you also said, like, hey, look at this guy, and then you brought up the bridge guys, and then that was so unnecessary. You could have just left it at, we will help Ecclesius. Good dinner.
It's good dinner.
Well,
I wanted to let you guys know that every time maybe we don't have to share everything we know.
Ecclesius told me he already told Master Val, which is why I don't really understand. He was acting like he didn't know what I was talking about.
He had no emotions.
He told me Ecclesias told me that he shared everything. He told Master Vale everything
That's fine. So then why did you have to reiterate it?
because because I feel like I need to explain myself why I'm skeptical of the assembly.
I don't think you do.
Oh, I know you don't, Erden, but like
Then don't explain it to
obviously,
anybody. Like, you don't. I think Master Vale has the same amount of trust in us than we do the assembly.
well, that's
He's showing
unfortunate
us.
because I trust him a little bit more than I do the assembly itself.
He's showing us respect. I think he needs us just as much as he needs Ecclesius. But we have to play this game on both sides. That is what
Oh.
I think.
Part of me now feels like he. You know what? We're not his apprentice. Ecclesias is. If it wasn't for Ecclesias, Master Vale would have no need to talk to any of us or to do with any of us. And
As
I
you
think that
stated,
that's how
he's-
it is that he only speaks with us and cares about us because he wants Ecclesias to survive what he has coming to him.
Well, he stated pretty obviously like that Ecclesius needs us. So in retrospect, that he needs us too. And then
Fair enough.
also we need him. We need the assembly and the resources that they provide.
Well, the good thing is that if Ecclesias does pass this trial, then maybe we won't need Master Vale as much as we have before.
Now you're coming around to what I mean by playing this game on both sides.
Hmm.
This is a long game. You have to think about this. And you really only should share things that you want people to know. You don't have to keep all your cards laid out like that.
Well, like I said, I thought that he already knew all of that stuff because
That's fine.
Ecclesias said he told him.
But he was here to give us like a, yeah, don't fuck over Ecclesias. Also, you guys are kind of sketchy. And we're like, we're not gonna fuck over Ecclesias. You're kind of sketchy too. And then he could have just got up and went to dinner. And then you told him our last 4 months of travel.
I didn't tell him the last 4 months of travel, Erden. I didn't tell him about the whole time, literally like 3 encounters. We've done a lot.
That was 4 months ago.
DM, is there anybody listening to this conversation? That's what
This
I
hot
Perception
chocolate
Make a
is
perception
really
check.
strong.
14.
14. The little halfling woman that he paid right before he left and said meals are on me, still standing there.
Oh,
That's what I wanted to
Just
Jeez, you could have spoke up.
you eating?
Yeah. Do you have anything with like breakfast stuff in it? I want like eggs and bacon.
know. It's a little bit late for breakfast. Erden.
hey, you
Listen,
can have breakfast anytime.
we're
It's just food.
We're mostly a bakery. I do have some things that wouldn't be traditional. We have a splendid toast, and we put tomatoes and peppers and cheese on it. That's really good.
Enough meat.
I can put meat on it.
Oh, I'll do that, please.
I'll
Alright.
take the same with the meat.
All right. Does anyone have more of a sweet tooth?
I do.
Well, we have a dwarven ale bread. It's very dense, but it's very flavorful.
Does that one come in strong and mild as well?
No, it's a bread, honey.
Just check. You know, maybe some sauce on the side.
Some happy juice sauce.
I will take that if that's what you recommend.
Yes, it goes great with your strong drinks. Dip it in there; it enhances it.
Oh, can I add a side of that then too?
Sure. And for you, sir.
Do you guys have like a meat pie almost? Like a
No, we're more of a bakery, not a tavern. I have pies without meat and with fruit. I also have a pumpkin pie at the moment.
Oh, can I have a slice of that for dessert?
Sure.
I'll take a blueberry pie if you have that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that then. Thank you.
Very well. And I'll be sure to let Master Vale know that he is very thanked. And she scurries off.
June, are you getting dessert for your meal and then dessert for dessert too?
She didn't say that the meal was dessert. She just said it was sweet. And then That
Wait, what
doesn't
did
mean that it's dessert.
what did the
Shut up,
woman
Zero.
say when she was
Wonder.
walking away?
She's gonna make
She
said-
sure that Master Vale knows that he is thanked.
Oh, okay.
Because he paid 20 gold for everything you guys just ate.
Yeah.
So we cut away to Ecclesius, you finally getting to the top of the bridge. It was much faster, but a little bit more tired. As you see Master Vale at the top of the stairs and gives you gives you a wave.
Hey,
And-
you're going to have to teach me that one.
All in due time. And that is where we're going to take a break for the day. So we're going to go on a short break, everybody. F's in chat for something that I missed.
Zio's fat shaming June.
Oh.
No, why are you doing that, bro?
Hey,
What's up?
he didn't say
You wanna
how
fight?
much you were eating. He said what you were
Yeah.
eating, all right?
He said
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I
Rise
didn't
your
say
stuff.
that.
Brownies and Kelly.
I know.
Really? Too?
But we
I
will
got
be
sweet
back in
tooth.
about 15, 20 minutes, so don't go too far, and we will be back. Bye-bye.
Everything we do is
When did that
scripted.
die?
What are you talking about?
So
when did that die?
scripted.
Clip it. When did that die? Fuck.
And I'll say AV.
Someone. What happened? Who did that?
What
was my
in the
fault.
Who
fuck?
did that? Who
That
did
was my fault. I was turning her down and hit the wrong button. That's totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
Did you just
I
boot
need
me?
that clipped now.
Did you just
Yeah.
boot me?
It was on accident.
Eddie?
If you're still in chat, can you mark that timestamp?
Edward?
Or somebody?
obviously.
Everything we do is
When did that
scripted.
die?
What are you talking about?
So
when did that die?
scripted.
Clip it. When did that die? Fuck.
And I'll say AV.
Someone. What happened? Who did that?
That
What
was my
in the
fault.
Who
fuck?
did that? Who
That
did
was my fault. I was turning her down and hit the wrong button. That's totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
Did you just
I
boot
need
me?
that clipped now.
Did you just
Yeah.
boot me?
It was on
Hey,
accident.
Eddie?
If you're still in chat, can you mark that timestamp?
Edward?
Or somebody?
our parents are all built different because they had Led Zeppelin.
It's not as funny when you don't get the whole context.
No, that's all the
Yeah.
context you need. Led Zeppelin saves lives.
Ruins
Led
lives.
Zeppelin's lives matter. Strike one, sorry.
So that's like strike
Strike
2.
one.
We talked about a
It is
carpenter
strike 2.
last week.
No, that was accurate. He was a carpenter. All right, Jeremy,
How many strikes do we got?
none.
Strike
Master
one.
Go on.
Vale gives you a
Go on with the game we're
polite
playing.
wave as you walk up into the top. I have a beautiful restaurant. Sorry, there is a food establishment in the Esoteric Assembly. I'm sure that you'll enjoy. I figured that we could just enjoy some time together.
Yes, I would like that very much. But tell me, is this a place that robs the people of the pancakes and the
no,
night?
we make our own food here.
Okay, good. Yeah,
And
please.
even if they didn't, who cares? Ha ha ha. That's some assembly humor.
And he jumps off the fucking bridge and
That's some
in
assembly
Nathaniel.
humor for you, please. Let's go.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yes, lead the way, please. Thank you.
He
Okay.
takes. You're welcome. Please, thank you. He takes you to that elevator again and says the command word, and it rises to the room that had the teleportation circles. Where then he leads you onto a staircase that brings you one floor higher, above that dome that was described earlier. And it seems like very similar to the Uthranian chapter of the Esoteric Assembly, with where it was very posh, very neat leather upholstered chairs. There's a band that is playing on the stage, very low music, so it's not like a jaunty tavern. And the design of the tables is very similar. As he walks up and he puts a platinum piece in the center, and he goes to sit down just like the Uthranian chapter, and as he sits, a chair appears, and he goes, they actually took this idea from the headquarters here so they could put it in that chapter. That's where they got the idea from.
As he's speaking and sitting, I'll confidently sit, knowing that the seat will appear.
It doesn't appear. No, you have to put your own gold. No, I'm just kidding.
My tail, just like Tigger, just boing. New mechanic. As I sit down, that is one of my favorite parts about the chapter in Uthran. Speaking of the chapter of Uthran, you remember what I told you, what I did, as far as poking in my nose and paws to find out, mainly and I'll try to keep my voice a little hushed, mainly to find anything to confirm the suspicions of my peers. You haven't heard anything of me doing of such, or of anything regarding... Sorry, I forgot my guy's name, because I'm the best player. Anything regarding my alias, or anything like that, do you?
No. Fortunate enough for you, nothing has come back around, so I assume that you are pretty successful.
Okay, I still feel bad about that, but it felt like the right thing to do at the time.
Yes. Well, and as somebody walks over, and what would you, sugar water, yes?
Please, yes.
Can we have a sugar water and a... Do you have any Bonvian wine left? No, yes, I'll have one of those then. As the figure walks away. So, you seemed a little off-put by your friend's reluctancy to aid you in this quest that you'll be going on. What was going through your mind?
Well, I think I misunderstood Zio's intent. At first, I thought that they weren't going to help me if they did not get anything in return, but I feel as if that he was trying to persuade you to help them, help me, help the assembly But in the moment, I was like, seriously, you're trying to barter something for yourself? And I am not often selfish, but this is about me. And but I was glad that they came around, but I was definitely caught on my back paws.
Yes, it did seem like that. I was very off put by it myself. So I'm glad that they are willing to help you, and I hope that nothing gets in the way of that.
Well, I have to admit, my confidence in them as of late has changed. Not so much that I do not trust them, but what, Master Vale, have you ever thought you knew someone so much that you thought you could predict what they might do, or given a certain circumstance, and then they made a decision that you could not predict? Has anything like that ever happened to you?
The former, yes. The latter, not so much.
That happened with Urdin, and less so with the rest. I haven't had the chance to tell you what happened on our way here, but we were stopped on the road, and essentially we were accosted by some bandits, and we felled them all, but we had one left over, and I pleaded to keep him alive, to help him out of the circumstance in which he found himself. But Urodin's creed took over, and he was shot dead. And it reminded me of when you found me. And I could not help but think that if you did not find me, I would have been a hoster for arrows, like Jordan. That was his name.
I can see the parallels in those examples. That's troubling.
Which leads me, and I know little of these challenges that would make me an inquirer. But given the fact that they have made choices that have me now second guessing what they will do in certain situations, is there anything you can tell me about these challenges? I trust the collective. I trust them as friends. They've helped me, and I can't imagine my life like the assembly without them. But this is a dangerous thing. Do you think, and please, Master, be honest with me, if I fail trying to strive for something greater and lose my life, that is a risk I'm willing to take, but do you think that we can do this?
I know very little of your friends. I've heard more about June from Miara than I've heard from herself, so I can't say how they'll fare. I have confidence in you, and I believe you can do this. Do I think it'll be easy? No. Especially since things will be changed up, the items that I'm assuming will be procured will be even more dangerous than the last time. But that is to equate the insertion of groups into these trials. But I believe you can.
I want to make the assembly proud, and I would be lying to you if I did not say that I wanted more. Seeing the opulence of Zio's upbringing, I've never really wanted riches or fame, but seeing how comfortable his life has been and how antithetical it has been to my own, I see this as an opportunity to elevate myself and in turn, and by proxy, elevate those about whom I care. Now, As I missed something in this meeting, did they agree to open these challenges, or or is this still a working matter? Or, how long do I have to prepare? Is this soon? Is this in India or so?
Well, it all depends on how fast they can move. Not only are they going to need to come up with, for lack of a better term, I'll use a crude one, the terms of the game, but they also need to find how many apprentices are ready to ascend, as well as what they'll be going after. So that's going to take our scribes plenty of time to. For example, you saw that we had roughly about 100 apprentices. If we say modestly that 50 of them will be going in, that means 50 different adventuring parties will be looking for 50 different items. It's a lot of work on our scribes to find 50 items that are noteworthy enough to be collected by a group.
Oh, I thought that these would they would have a handful, and they would send us all after these. I did not realize that it would be all individualized.
It depends. It depends on how many resources are available. If there's the same 50 and only 25 to search for, then yes, it may turn a competition a little bit more prominent. But I want to say, you're speaking of Master Vunra's station, and I want to say that elevating your own eloquency as well as your own station is nothing to not want. You should always want to ascend and to elevate above where you are. But always remember, strive for knowledge. A fool will always quickly be removed from his money.
I was often a person to pluck a fool from his coin purse.
Ecclesiastes kind of chuckles a little bit.
If you remember, I'm still not proud of that, but there was still that unsatisfaction of humbling somebody that thought that they could hide behind their riches.
Of course, yes. But no, that is not a fallacy. If you wish to pursue that one, then pursue it. Just don't forget where you've came from once you get there. Master Von Ra started there, so there was nowhere else for him to look back on.
This is true, but although he has been born with a silver spoon in his mouth, he is much more humble than I would have anticipated when I first met him in Solaria.
He takes a sip, and he says to you, no doubt to the couple ass kickings I'm sure you've all gotten.
I'm sure we have all taken our fair share of ass kickings. Yes. I also heard that he was possessed by a ghost and aged almost double his age at the start of that encounter. These things, yes, will happen to humble you, indeed.
Yes, that is terrifying. You do become more humble in age, we all hope. Just good thing it happened for him at such a young age, I guess. Can we keep shitting on him like he can't hear us?
Zio is such a fuckboy.
He has too many titles, if you ask me.
Yes. But Master Vale, I have to admit, even though I've known you for over nearly 6 years now, this seems different to sit here and have a food like this without a purpose. As I've heard a human say, to shoot shit. Is there something that you needed of me or expected to happen?
Not in particular, no, but considering this may be one of our last meals as master and apprentice, I felt it seemed fit.
Well, you'll always be my master, even if I am grateful, fortunate enough to become an inquirer with the help of my friends. You'll always be my master, and even if I survive long enough to bestow upon myself the rank of master, you will always be that person that plucked me from a life of crime.
I'm glad you see things that way. But, Ecclesias, man, we should order food. Yes, we'll take 2 of those. Thank you.
I love 2 of those. I love that food.
Man, that food, that assembly food.
It's my favorite. It's just the way I have food.
I hope that it was no secret of how I came about this idea for the ascension of these apprentices, apprentipodes. It is derived from your group. It is unfortunate that Alar is no longer with you. Hopefully we can find you a new 6th. But like many of us in the assembly, you have something we don't as an apprentice.
A tail?
No, some of us have those. No, it's okay. He didn't mean it. He speaks to your tail. No, that is a group that would hopefully follow you into the dark. Having people behind you that will be around as you take your last breath in the bleak midwinter. Us, we don't all have that. And you do.
You are right. Not a day goes by where I am not grateful for Chester introducing me to before they were named, the collective. I must admit, when I knew that I met them there, I was not so sure they were going to be able to help me retrieve the Eye of Bersa, as was my first and big item to procure. But they grew on me, and halfway through our journeys, I felt compelled to prove myself to them. And even after our agreement was finished and completed, I wanted to stay with them. They seemed to be connected to something much greater than myself. And after seeing the lives of Zio and now June and what they have been through, I want to see them be happy and fulfilled. I would be lying to say I would die for them, but it feels as if I would do everything but that to help them. It's selfish of me. I just don't want to die. I think that's just it. I want to help them. This is all coming out wrong. I am grateful for them, and they my friends.
You're quite alright, Ecclesias. Speaking of the Eye of Berser and death, unfortunately, I have news of a acquaintance of all of yours. After procuring the Eye of Berser, we also had people look into the procurement of the item, just to make sure that when you got there, it wasn't smash and grab, so to speak, just to check in on the work you did. And we were informed and found a contact in the eye of a dragonborn who's going by the alias Brick, I believe.
Yes, he was. Yes, I know him. We know him.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, and I hope that this does not fall too grave on your heart, he was killed some months ago.
Ecclesias's ears kind of like bent down at the top.
Where? How?
Well, after your escapades in the town of Meadow Springs, I don't believe you mentioned, or you might have left before this happened, but a man was murdered there, a member of the Bureau, as I come to understand. And our spies, for lack of a better term, found out that he was tracked down in relation to that It's neither here nor there. He was a member himself.
But Brick made the choice to leave that life behind him for a better one. And
It is true, but unfortunately one good deed does not rid your life of wickedness.
do you
But apparently seemed enough to convict him.
think that that is my fate?
No. I don't see
Is
you
it-
as weak as Brick.
And be it weak or strong, if a good deed cannot expunge your record of awful things that you have done, why am I different? Is it because I have friends who care, or that I have the assembly to fall back on? What's to stop me from my past swallowing me whole?
Because you did not stop at one good deed. And you don't intend to. Salvation
Did,
is not a step that you need to take. It is a constant road you walk. If you deem yourself wicked, then that is a road you will always walk.
When you learned of Brick being killed by the Bureau, did they find his body? Did they?
And Ecclesias kind of like goes onto the table a little bit and kind of plays with like his eyebrow piercings.
Did he suffer? Do you know if
Do you
do
truly
you know if
want
he
to know?
suffered?
Or would you rather the peace at your heart think that he did?
You know what they say about curiosity in the cat. I rolled a natural one, so I will. No, I do not want to know. I have much heartache and headache at the moment, and the thought of trying to help somebody and potentially leading them to their death. No.
Well, on to other topics then. And he takes
How great is this food?
This food is just so great. Glad we got 2 of them.
Man, I love eel shish kebabs.
He pulls out the same brass, like it's about the size of his palm, object and puts it back. And he asks you, "So, is there anything you wish to discuss? Any comings and goings? Anything that is new that I should know?"
I would like to discuss that huge ass piece of metal that you stare at. What is that? Is that a mirror? Is it a to see behind you?
No, I bought it when I first got here. It's something new the tinkerers in the city found up. And he pulls it out and he sets it in front of you. And he essentially sets a very large and what's the word? Large and crude clock in front of you.
So it has like 12 numbers and minute, hour hand.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like moving smoothly or ticking, or is it like making noises? Is it like a Rolex, like smooth? Oh, okay.
It's gears. It looks like it was made by, like dwarven structure.
What? I don't. Is this to tell you where they? What is this?
Essentially, this is a tracker of the sun. It tracks where the sun is. So you see this
Right.
hand right here, and he points to the
I can
hour
do
hand.
that.
He points to the hour
Oh.
hand that is pointing at this, in between the 7 and the 8 right now. And he says, when that gets all the way to here, and he points in between the 9 and the 10,
Okay.
darkness will be fallen on the land.
But you can see the sun going away. You can see the nighttime.
Now what happens if you're underground? Or what happens if you're on the west side of the continent versus the east?
Oh, this is, and what do you use this for? If you need to know what time is to sleep?
That can be one way, or to know when it's noon. Because apparently a lot of things begin at noon. Because you see, when both of these meet here, and come around once again, it will be noon.
Oh, can I do a sketch of this? This is quite interesting.
Very well, go ahead.
I'll do my best to write or to sketch it out. Not like shading and stuff, but just like kind of do a circle and
3
put
hours
the
later.
numbers and.
Are we done?
Look at that 3D, and I did 2/3 lighting, so it looks like the sun.
Yes.
I did it in pointer.
He grabs it and he puts it away.
What do they call this device? Is this a tracker of sun going down nighttime machine?
They are calling it a time tamer.
A time tamer. This is fascinating. Are you nervous to have this time tamer outside? Wouldn't somebody want to steal this? This seems a rare bit of magic.
Well, it's not magic, it's mechanical. So there's no bit of magic imbued. But, no, I've been in possession of a lot rarer things. If anyone wishes to come after this one, I am sure that I can handle it.
That is true. I did not mean to offend you, Master Vale, with
You did
your
not.
expertise in Oh, okay. But as far as the comings and goings, I know that you are aware of what happened to June's hometown, and
Yes, I've been filled in, yes.
and the destruction of the crystal and the disembodied spirit of her friend Luna. All of these things, I've never seen magic like this before, and I know in my heart of hearts that this cannot be the last time that we see something like this. Does this cause a concern to you or to higher members of the assembly? This seems like dark magic, evil magic, to take a whole population and make them this to be appeared.
Yes, I've spoken with Master Baudelaire about it, and she and I both believe that these items are essentially crude and simple mythalar.
Simple as in it doesn't take much to do this, or simple as in how?
Simple in the sense that it couldn't raise a city, no matter how much magic it is imbued with.
Forgive me of my ears to the language, but raise ends with a Z or raise ends with an S?
With an S.
Okay,
E.
because now...
I.
But what if there is a larger version that could say, steal the population of Celeria? And of course, June, she lost so much that I do not feel right moving forward too far before we let these threads get away from us. Because this could be a big thing.
It could be, but unfortunately for you, and more unfortunately for June, it doesn't seem like there's any thread to pull at.
I think the last thing that I would have to ask you is, with your relationship with Miara, it seems that...
Actually, first, real quick, what was Ecclesias present when Uridin asked Miara about the last name? I just want to make sure that I wasn't inside. Okay, just want to double check that I heard that.
When Uridin had mentioned the last name for Miara, are you sure that you know everything about her? I do not mean to sound as if I am untrusting. I am curious, and it seemed that Uridin had a reason to suspect her of being sneaky.
I know not of what her surname means, like Uridin suspects, but, no. All of us, myself included, are announced by our surname. I do not see why she felt the need to not be going by hers. Obviously something that need be said, if it's bringing out old skeletons.
Yes, I will be lying to say that I know a lot of my friends' backgrounds and upbringings as well. Which
It's alright.
About-
Drink some of your water.
I don't know why I mimed that. I actually had the water.
It's amazing.
Everything
these bottles.
bagels got the seeds.
Yeah,
One
it's
was just like at the
amazing.
roof of my mouth, and it's just like, all right, go.
which reminds me that Urudin has a meeting with, I think, you and Miara. But when I asked Miara when, she said tomorrow. And I think that the time tamer is there a specific time?
I know not of that. I'm sure that she'll get in contact with both of us when she's ready to speak.
Okay. And I don't have much more things to ask of you. Really.
Well, then why don't you and I just enjoy the rest of the night, and I'll have you on your way to your friends in an hour or so.
I'll lift my sugar water.
Master Vale, I know throughout these 6 years I probably exhausted your patience with hearing this, but if it wasn't for you, who knows? So,
To
True.
brighter futures.
some brighter futures.
Twang, plingle.
Plingle. Alrighty. So as you
Come
enjoy
back.
your night,
Plingle.
all of you at Blissful Bites, who are a little buzzed on your sugary dinner than sugary desserts.
Except for me.
You had sugary drink. What would you all like to do? Anything of note?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that there are two things that we should do. One, we should find out where we are going to sleep tonight, and then two, we should find out where the people of this fine city like to
Party.
yes at night, right now.
You want to go party? Okay.
This is a different June.
I've had a lot of dwarven beer bread.
And you also asked us to do drugs and talk to plants, and now
I
you want to go.
told you I didn't know they were
raving.
really drugs. Okay, I thought that, like I said, I took the freaking pill and it let me talk to the plants. It was a nice evening I had alone in the woods by myself. Okay.
You know, June, if you want to go party tonight, I might have something that you would like. And then I'll attempt to call over the waitress.
Yes.
Would you happen to know where we can rent rooms for the night?
Yes, there is a tavern. If you go back into the Hydrodome district, I believe it is called the Aquatic Angels.
The Aquatic Angels, okay. And is there any fancy events happening tonight, or parties of any sort, or?
Well, most nights there is quite a large estate, the Rosanor estate. You could certainly try your luck there, but without an invitation, I am assuming it would be quite difficult.
Would it be difficult for a faraway embassy or
Emissary?
embassy? Yeah, emissary. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, from Uthron.
I could not tell you. I am not their kin.
Worth a shot. Anything else notable that's been going on in the city as of late?
It's a big city, honey. You gotta let me know what you're looking for.
I've never been here. I'm looking for all of it.
I'd say take it in bites. Maybe start with the tavern.
Okay. Well, I appreciate all of your help, and I will I'll tip her another gold piece.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Be happy.
She's like, oh, peasant.
I just like Jay's face when you looked.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to be nice, but fuck my gold piece.
Yep.
All right. Fuck
We
you.
come back to set your building on fire later. Uh,
I bet you like my gold piece now, bitch.
um. So, yes, did you guys want to go to, what was it, the Aquatic Angels?
I guess we should
Um,
head
Your
there.
just facial expression when that happened. You were just Jay was pissed.
Yeah, I was like, this son of a bitch.
This
I'll take it back. Shit.
This bitch.
I am actually going to do my little plan to see what I can find out.
Okay, well if you die, sorry.
Let's
How do
stay
we get a
within
hold of you, and
range.
where would you like to meet us?
Just the inn. She gave us like a direction, so I kind of know where it's at.
Okay.
Well, try and- what is
get
it,
me a room.
500 feet? Trying to
Oh, yeah.
stay within so
You're,
you can,
you
talk to
already
me.
know that he's going to be going to the complete opposite side of the city.
I will still tell him stay within 500.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
stay
totally.
within 500
I'll stay
feet.
I'm gonna cow 500 feet and then stop.
Good.
My plan.
I did
You're
it.
just one of the.
I'll
you're
let
just
you
one
know
of
when
those
I
kids
walk
on
the
leash
opposite
backpacks.
direction so you can walk that direction too.
Okay, I will see you guys in a little while.
All right. Good
safe.
luck, Gordon.
Don't get into too
So
much
for
trouble.
you three, do you want to go to the inn and do drugs?
What is with you? Do you want? Do you want?
I just want to show you that I'm right here.
Do you want this, Cthulhu? You said. I mean, I wanted to do it in the hydro dome because there were plants.
Maybe we discuss this in a
I'm like holding
a
The
room.
halfling who
Yeah.
is still,
At
who is
like-
still standing there just...
parties, right?
I linger a lot.
I have
Same here.
noticed.
You want one of
She
these?
walks away.
She offered her drugs. You want one?
Alrighty. So you guys going to the Aquatic Angels?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. Uridin,
Yeah.
what are you doing, my friend?
I'm heading to that gate, and then when I get nearby, I want to try and find like alleyways or somewhere to like slip by and see if there's a way around. Do
Cool.
some investigatory stuff.
I need you to make a... What check would this be? Roll a D100.
Oh my gosh. I don't even have one out, so I'm rolling a D10. That's a 1.
No, it's
So-
not. What?
It'd be a 10 on a D100, right?
0, 10.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you about
8 years.
2.5 hours.
Holy balls.
Not being in this city before and only knowing the general direction,
It's a big city, hon.
it takes you quite a long time. What you end up finding is there is the building line to this area that stops about 250 feet away from what looks to be a large man-made cliff with a immense iron door. The door from your point is probably about 100 feet tall, and the man-made mountain or cliff goes probably only about 20 feet higher than that. So the courtyard is about 250 feet, so you're that far away. What you see is this cliff that, because the door is kind of set into the cliff, so there's still rock that kind of protrudes out in front. You see bridges that go across, connecting the two sides. And on them, let's see, you see there's 3 bridges going up to the top, and there is 4 guards on each one. There is sconces and torches lighting the way all around the lead up to the door, to the gate itself. And then you see 2 large, what would be almost looking like winches at the top.
And then there was nothing like street level. That's like all I see right now.
What do you mean by street level?
Like compared to like
I guess what did it look like when I was approaching? Was it just like his main like street leading up to this, or
You're kind of like going through alleyways and buildings and stuff, or not
yeah?
through buildings, you know what I mean? And then you got to the the cusp of where the buildings stop, and as you're sitting in this darkened alleyway, you see that ahead of you.
And so this is that iron gate as a whole. Like this is the iron gate, not like an offshoot iron gate.
It's safe to assume that this is the Iron Gate.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would I wouldn't approach it, but I would try to find a way to, if it's like, is it just like one straight path? There's no like.
There is it is like a big courtyard. To go up to the door though, it's basically the cliff is funneling you into the door.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there any like rooftops I could gain access to?
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
All right, I will try to sneakily do that.
Sure, we'll say that you take your time doing it. You can get to the top of one.
All right, and I just want to see if there's any like jutting out cliff faces or climbable things, or
The cliff
maybe even
around it is climbable. You could essentially get above the door.
but unknowingly. That would be a test of time. Is there any worn paths that I can see, like looking at the cliff faces and stuff?
Most of the cliff face has been dug away for the door on this side, so it's hard to tell.
Okay. Right. Then yeah, I think that would, since I wasted so much time being lost in New York, I mean the city, I will start to head back, but I want to keep an eye out for shady taverns.
Very well. So we'll say your way back only takes about an hour and a half. Now that you know a little bit better where you're going, the travel is just that long on foot. But eventually, all in all, about 5 hours later, you would eventually tag up. Nothing really looks shady or dingy or misrepresented as you're walking through the top part of the city.
All right.
But about 5 hours later, with Ecclesius rejoining back with the group as well, we'll say that Master Vale sent a message to find out where they were, or Master Vale would just tell you where the closest tavern was. But Ecclesius, this is still while Uridan is gone. Ecclesius, you would join the group. We'll actually, before that, the three of you go into this tavern. What you see is a large glass, almost donut, that has water in it, as well as bioluminescent different mosses and corals that are inside this large donut. The donut itself is probably about 25 feet to 30 feet tall, and it wraps around a building that is like built onto it. As you go through this small archway that is going inside, as you head in, you see that the bioluminescent mosses actually illuminate part of the inside, so you get this kind of prismatic blue light that shimmers in with the waves. In the actual donut itself, you actually see some creatures that are swimming around and such. You see some tritons, some sea elves, regular fish, and as you come in, the tavern itself seems relatively busy, but you go up to the main counter to procure rooms. This doesn't seem as much of a drinking, partying tavern as much as an inn. As you go up, you see a light-skinned elven man whose hair is red, but it looks like he has been in salt water a lot. It's very crunchy hair, it looks like.
It's crunchy.
His body, he does have simple clothing, and his bodies have blue tattoos on them that almost seem to shimmer like light coming off of water or passing through.
Ooh.
As you walk up, hello. How can I help all of you today?
We wondering if you have any rooms available.
Yes, yes, I have some. How many will you be needing?
There's 5 of us.
There's 5 of you. Yes, let me check my ledger here. One moment, please. As I forget which book, so I Google.
So I Google.
Because I forget where I put it.
I don't know what this ye old Google thing is, but sounds like something I would like to invest my money in.
Yeah.
Sounds like good investment.
Yeah, there's
That
this
and
new
like a
up
book where you can find everyone's face. Where you know everyone.
and
Here's,
Buzos is making something apparently.
Boozos.
very well. You said how many rooms?
There would be 5 of us
Very well, for the night.
for the Does anybody object?
Well,
For right now, I'd say the night.
I think we're gonna be here for longer than just one night.
How about
Very
we
well,
get it
we can
for-
start the tavern. We can start the tab. You will need to put a down payment, though. That will be about 100 gold pieces for the down payment.
How
for
much?
each room? Sorry.
It could
Yeah,
be for a lot of you. It is 10 gold pieces a night per room.
10 gold pieces per night. Okay. Yeah,
Mm,
I think.
I don't think we need. Well, we can bunk together, I think.
Very well. I
Spending-
do have 2 bedrooms. 2 beds in 1 room, not 2 bedrooms. There are 2 bedrooms, so 2 people can sleep in the bedroom. How many 2 bedrooms would you need?
2 of those and 1 regular.
Very well. I believe that Ecclesias also had a house thing at the assembly.
Never.
If you didn't
2 of
want to spend, there you go. So 2, very well. So that would be just 10 gold for the room. So that would be 20 gold for the night. You can do a 50 gold piece deposit on your tab.
I put down the 100 gold. It would be about no.
Didn't Ecclesias say
70.
that he wanted to stay with us though?
Did Ecclesias
Never
say
mind.
that, Jeremy?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
never
then
mind. I
the
was right
single-
initially.
The single room, so 100 gold pieces for the 3 rooms, and we'll call
I-
it an
I
open
put
tab.
down the 100. I put down the
Telepathically
100
to
gold.
everyone, I go dibs on the single room. Dibs on the single room.
I'm putting
dibs
down the
on
So
down
you know
payment.
that Ecclesias likes to bunk with somebody. That's what I've
Yeah.
pretty much kind of always done.
And I look at June as I'm putting down the gold. I put down the
dibs
down
with the
payment.
single room.
No. And I put down the down payment for 100 gold.
Very well, here are the keys. You have the ones on the bank over there. If you wish, there are shutters so they cannot see in from the waters on the outside.
Thank you.
Are there
Nah.
always people in the water, or is it
More
sometimes?
or less.
Do you pay them, or do they just like to be
No,
in there?
those are facilities like the others you see around for those that cannot be away from the sea for too long.
Oh,
Like you yourself are not allowed or permitted in the waters.
I see.
It's not recreational.
Are the keys labeled which one's the bunk bed and then which one's the singular?
No.
Fuck.
Okay,
Alrighty.
great.
Let me get my key, Kazoo.
Fuck all of you. I get the fucking big bed room and I throw 1 to Zio and I throw 1 to June.
Be interesting.
We'll see.
Telepathically to the gentleman behind the bar with the ability for him to respond to me telepathically.
Hold on. I need to do something. Below 33 or lower is the single room. 33 to 66 or 34 to 66 is the everything above that isn't. So the one that Cthulhu has.
Oh, I was just gonna ask him.
Damn it.
Well, we're gonna do this funner.
So that June can't win.
I got this.
Maybe?
Fuck.
Alrighty.
I
So
go
at this
to
point,
the
Ecclesias
door.
would walk in before you guys get to your rooms. As Uridan, this is only like a half hour later, so maybe an hour
Oh,
later.
Ecclesias. June said she wants to spend the night with you.
Yes, I always like to bunk with someone. I would love to have a June's
She said she
company.
wanted to pick your brain about a new spell she was working on.
I didn't say any of that, but Cthulhu is just trying to get the single room. But I guess we'll find out who actually gets it when we find out which rooms take these keys.
June,
that
your
the,
And oh my
voice
god,
has
do you
a
hear that
lot
dog?
of rasp.
I
Your
am
That is
sorry.
a-
voice has
I'm
lot
sorry.
of
That's a
rasp.
water doggy. He's very loud. It echoes through the donut.
It's just the same thing like when I met Duo, just like staring at the dog and just going to his eyes, my eyes, his eyes.
Well, if you have already found the arrangements to do sleep, June, if you want to be alone, that's I understand, but we can save the coin if anybody wants to do bunking. We don't do
Uh,
sleep in the same
we-
bed. Like,
Yeah,
we
Ecclesia
already
could-
did that.
Yep, we have 2 rooms that have 2 beds, and we have 1 room that has 1 bed because unfortunately there are now only 5 of us. So, what Cthulhu was saying is that we don't know which key is to the single room and which one is to the double room. But Ecclesias, you
that's-
are welcome to join one of the double rooms that you choose.
okay, that'd be fun. How fun! Yeah, well, let's go
What's
to.
fun?
Let's put the keys into holes and find out where we can sleep for the night. Because
All right,
I have
keys
to
in
tell
the
you,
holes.
Very well.
Keys
So
in
we'll
the
say
holes.
that you guys. I'm not gonna make you guess which room. So we'll say that you guys find the right keys to the right rooms.
Nope, not
But-
that one. Nope,
so-
not that one.
June, as you open your door, you see 2 beautiful beds.
All right, Ecclesias, come on.
Now, do you want me to do Zio or Erden first?
It would be
Minus
me or
one.
Cthulhu.
Or
Cthulhu.
sorry, that's not it.
Are you talking to me?
I'll go for mine.
Go
Fuck
for
it, go
Zio's?
Zio.
Very well. So Zio, as you see a big room with 1 bed.
You cookie bitch. No, you know what? Yeah. Fuck you, Cthulhu.
We should be
June.
honored to have beds. Beds are such a commodity in this
Honored?
medieval economy.
Excuse me. That's
And as soon as I
bare
open
minimum.
my door, you hear
I hope there's a
Cthulhu
fucking
just scream,
chair.
God damn it!
I need 10 feet on the end of each of my appendages as I sprawl out in 5-star.
Very
There
well.
are 2 beds, so you have your own bed.
As you guys enjoy yourself for another 4.5 hours,
Yeah.
Erden comes back. You're muted.
Wait, what time at night would this be?
Yeah.
He left right before
Noon.
7, so 5
Noon at
hours
night.
later, midnight.
Which is essentially noon at night.
Yeah.
Night.
So we're all asleep.
Night noon.
I'm
Night noon.
assuming
If you guys
the door-
went to bed, I don't know.
night
I
noon.
would have.
I love
I
that.
thought we were looking for parties.
Yeah.
But I would go knock on the door next to mine. I'm assuming that would be June Ecclesias's room,
Okay.
and I would give June the key and
You bitch.
set up shop with Ecclesias.
Oh, I get it. Like, got it. Set up shop. Alrighty. Does anyone stay up to let Erden know you guys are here?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. If we're not actually going out of the tavern, I would go down. I would thank Zio for giving me the room, and then I would, after dropping off some of my stuff, go down to like if there was like a bar at the tavern or something like that.
There is one. They do provide drinks. It's just not, what you're used to with the very
There's no band and
hoi polloi and
jaunty.
jaunty, look down in Dublin.
There's a guy smacking a trash can. Gotta keep it sexy.
As Uridin would eventually wander his way to the aquatic angels.
Oh,
Did anybody else come down, or did you guys all go to bed?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
followed
I'll-
June. I'm still kind of awake.
I'll go to.
Honestly, I think the only one asleep is Uridin. Cthulhu.
just
both
because we're
works,
orcs
it's
doesn't
fine.
mean we're the same person.
It's like having fucking kids, alright? My name when I was a girl.
As opposed to just regular kids.
Let's do it in.
Jeremy
Yeah, my
Anthony?
name was Anthony, alright? So deal with it.
Yeah. My mom would. I was always Ed, Matt.
Ed, and Matt.
Because my brother's Adam.
Oh.
So he'd be like Ed, Matt. So,
You
yeah.
there with the dumb face, the one that ruined my life.
Yeah.
You're the one that ruined my life.
Oh, you guys didn't have to stay up for me. What? Oh,
No, we're
You
waiting
know, I
to go
didn't-
party.
oh, I'm too tired. I walked so many miles trying to find this stupid place.
What were you even looking for? Oh, I
Yeah,
mean, I
what-
know
what-
you were looking for, but I mean, like, what were you actually looking for?
Yeah, what
And did you
do?
find it?
I know
Oh,
what you're
I told
looking for,
them-
but what were you actually looking?
I told them, Ecclesias, that I have plans. I want to find like the look around, make sure no one's listening, the shady underbelly of this place.
Oh, did you
So I mean,
And-
it's like, what were you actually looking
you find
for?
it?
Did you find?
No, I found the gate. It's heavily guarded. There is no real outside entrance points that I could find. But I also didn't look in the sewers, and I had that epiphany as soon as I opened the door to the inn. But I'm too sleepy to go look for sewers now.
Do you think a floating city has sewers?
The poop's
Yeah,
gotta go
where does
somewhere.
poop go? I look at Uridan.
You're clean.
There are the waterfalls.
Everybody just knows the precedent.
Yeah, the waterfalls are just shit. Shit.
In some guy's house.
You
that
know
is
there's
there's like
somebody's
one end of
house
the,
down
yeah,
there.
one
My
end of the city
great-grandparents
is like
built this
actual
house.
water, and the other one is just
Dude,
shit stream.
Dude, it's just that's the worst acid rain.
Oh my god!
He called this
It's
shit.
raining poop.
We get fan art of some poor bastard with a shit-covered house that just refuses to move.
Just constant shit pouring down on his house.
Oh, it's a light day today.
Valores.
Alrighty, Whimsy.
Someone got
to
Poop
Uridan,
stream.
poops. It's like a golden shower, but it's a brown shower. We're done. I'm done. You guys can go. I'm done. I'm gonna pass on that one. But Uridan, tomorrow, if you want to, oh, I meant to tell you. Sorry, so much has happened. I forgot that. My master Vale had said that Miara will get a hold of you and him when she is ready to speak. So it's till tomorrow. So it is late. We can go to sleep. So we can be bright and bushy-eyed for tomorrow. Because for tomorrow brings new adventures. And oh, by the way, why are you what are you meeting about, if I may ask you? Is it with the last name thing?
Oh yes, her last name is connected to someone who runs a territory near mine, and we're kind of rivals, I think, or like
Oh,
just opposite factions, I guess.
as in you fight each other, or is it
Yeah, I mean, if like I cross into their territory, they cross into mine. It's kind of like don't do that or you're dead.
oh,
So,
um
I mean,
So oh.
she seems out here. She seems different than like what I'm used to seeing in the territories. So, I don't think she is like the ones of the Opalite territory.
Well,
could it be? Oh, I'm sorry, June.
I was just gonna say that I can at least vouch for her. You know, up until I met you guys, I spent, a good several years with her up near Solaria.
But that's
So-
hopefully this meeting will clear up some stuff, and maybe I'll even get some information.
I was going to say, I thought that you okay, real quick, DM. Miara's not a half orc, right? Like, I was gonna say my head cannon is
Uridan
gonna
doesn't
explode.
come from just orc tribes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uridan, she's not a half orc.
Just like a
I thought that
desert
you're.
tribe.
Not that is your clan integrated?
Oh yes, we're a mix. There's orcs, half
Oh.
orcs, humans. There's elves.
Orcs, half orcs, quarter orcs, no orcs.
Full orcs, quarter
1/8
orcs,
orcs.
15, 16th orcs.
If you
And
got
then there's
orc
the-
in you, you're in.
There's just foot orcs. They're just walking feet.
Thank you for your feet.
You're welcome.
Ow. Man, we're good at plugging weird shit. Oh, well, hopefully she can clear that up for you, and hopefully
your
she's
orc
not
feet.
like, oh yes, it's 5:12 in the morning, time to have talk, time to speak.
Yeah, I don't know what 5012 is, but you can certainly. It's a actually a bit inconvenienced. Like, at any hour of the day, I just have to sit here and wait.
Oh, they find the. Oh, that's right.
Is it just June and Uridan with me, or did
Everybody
I think
but
Zio-
Zune.
Yeah, Zio's there.
I'm here.
Couldn't see against news.
I say the 5012 because my master Rayer has a big bronze device that makes numbers for how close the sun is to going to bed.
I mean, I can look outside and tell you, like,
That is what I told him too, but he is much smarter than I am, so there must be something that I have to learn. But he was saying that there are parts of the days have numbers now, so she might get the hold of you at like 6:09, like 6:10 to it is hard to think about, but hopefully you
Yeah,
can
but,
sleep
like-
to at least like 4:19.
Why isn't there just
Oh.
this is number 1 of the day, this is number 2 of the day? Why?
I mean, it
the-
is like that. When you look outside and you're like, number 0, because the sun is set.
Exactly.
So
It is
that was the
nighttime, so
big.
now it is 0.
So that
yeah.
was the big brass thing that he had with him.
Yeah, he kept
Wait, what?
pulling it out.
Yeah.
What?
He
Oh,
meant
he
it.
met
came
with
and
us.
talked to us.
Yeah.
Forgot to
When did he meet with
mention
you?
that. Right
Before
Before
your
he
dinner.
met with you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Were we
great.
supposed to keep this a surprise?
No, that
Ah.
is fine. It's not that it's a secret, but
We don't
I-
keep secrets
I'm-
from Ecclesias.
I'd like to thank you for that. Or when I finally got to where I was going, I was I mean, you know me, I'm no chubby boy, but it was a longer walk, and I was winded, and then he just poofed in front of me and asked me how I was doing, as if I wasn't tired. So it makes sense that he had some time to kill, and since he could teleport. Well, so
It's
we all know
like-
about the. He called it a time tamer.
Hmm.
Doesn't it roll off the tongue as well? But
I don't like technology. I'm not gonna abide by that. No, no.
interested.
Stick with my sporks. Tried and true.
Which actually, if
the
you think
form
about
Tell
it,
time with your sports.
technology.
I was about to say Zio. I look at Zio and yeah, see, spork
Yeah.
is technology. Before we'd eat with our hands, and then we didn't want to do that, so we. But this is weeds of. There's weeds. Don't want to be
Weeds
here.
of weeds.
You
Yes.
can tell time with the spork when you hold it sideways. You look through the slats. You're like, oh, that's the sun, and then your eyes hurt.
That's right.
Oh.
So then you put it down. You're
Can
like, oh,
you
the
hit
sun's gonna
anything?
set in a couple hours.
Ever?
Better get down in.
I can't see the sun anymore because I am blind.
The
Must be
sun
nighttime.
is there.
That's
Ow.
great.
But unless you have something to say to me or anything, it has been a long day. I'm going to get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very busy day.
Did
Are
you?
you sure you wouldn't?
I was just gonna. I don't. Just for my own recollection. So if I have to mention in the future, did you tell them about Brick or no?
No, Ecclesias is not going to at the moment.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to talk to some plants before you go to bed, Ecclesias?
You're still held up on that? Jesus, man.
It is like
Christ, I
night
told us we
noon,
couldn't go
so I
into
don't
the- we
want to
couldn't
be
go
out
into
of
the
my
dome
brain.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's
Well,
night noon.
I have this stuff that will make you feel really good for an hour, and then after that hour, you go to sleep.
Some of us have things to do, and we have to wake up and wait. Okay, so I don't have time to get all fucked up.
Anthony's
Wait,
gonna write a one shot
and
that's just like
wait.
based on The Hangover, pretty much.
I give
Why
you
are
this
we
thing,
in New York?
You love
in
it
modern
for an
day?
hour, and then you feel like shit for an hour.
Hmm.
It says in the description you sleep.
Oh, sleep aid? I'll take it.
Eh, after an hour, it kicks in.
But
You-
no, I'm going to
you'll
abstain from doing those things. But
I want to be of clear mind when I grill Miara. I mean, talk to Miara.
You know what, Zio? Since you and I don't have any plans tomorrow, we should look not tonight, but we should look into how to get invitations to that party that the waitress told us about.
I was about to say, I thought it was to tonight, but she did say most every night. So
She
yeah,
said most nights.
yeah, we could definitely look into that. Sounds like that would be fun.
And we'll see if your noble name is enough.
Yeah,
Or not.
I have I don't know, maybe we could do something with some sealing wax, and I can put my seal on something and make it look real official.
What does the wax of ceilings gonna do?
Boo.
Just
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't bring that
No?
joke into the
Alright.
actual roleplay. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Bye bye. Good night. Who sleeps in bugs?
Don't let them bite in your ankles. Well,
Ecclesias does go fuck off to bed though.
Okay,
Yep.
good night. Sleep. Sleep
Oh.
through tights.
oh yeah, which one is my room? Where am I staying?
Oh, you're with Cthulhu.
God.
Yeah.
He snores so loud.
we figured we'd segregate a little.
Yeah, the orcs.
Could someone
Rude.
put that?
Well, I think we'll be here for
The
a little
rich
while,
white
so we can
guy.
all take
I
turns.
figure we just segregate a bit.
Yep, and that's our third strike. There we go.
Yes,
It's
strike
been
two
fun.
in one string.
That's it.
You made it a whole year.
The
Strike
rich
three.
white elf.
Clip that, Zuckerberg.
Alrighty. So you all going off to bed then?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, as you all lay your heads down for the night in the Aquatic Angels, does anyone not shut their drapes?
I do not.
Alrighty. So you have the
I'm like up against the glass for a little while, just like.
every now and then someone would swim by and give you a wave. One of them kind of puts their hand on the glass.
Fuck that.
It's so
Did I make a
strange. I
friend?
love it.
Did I make
it's
a
so
friend?
weird though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did I make a friend?
Yeah.
Mine's been close.
June, the lover of all things arcane, is in a giant magic floating city. Yes, I am excited about literally everything that is going on here.
And it's
Piece
something,
of shit on the floor.
so right before
It's
you go
magic
to,
shit.
right,
I'm all for it.
right before you go to bed, you see a large turtle kind of outside your window, a little bit off. You kind of have to like scrunch against the window to see it, but he pulls all of his appendages in, and he's gonna be sleeping outside your window.
Before I go to sleep, I will shut it a little bit and
Okay.
just like
I throw bread out for him.
there was a bread over it.
Magical duck.
Here's some lettuce.
He's like, thanks.
And as you all drift off to bed after your first day in the floating city of Valaris, that is where we're going to end the session for the week.
Woo!
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was
That
fun.
was a good sad session.
Jeremy, when you were away eating, when we were on break, or you're away doing yourself, I said to June and Eddie, not Jess and Eddie, June and Eddie, I was like, I like how just the littlest thing just takes little things to get just a tiny bit of infighting happening.
It's fine.
Like after Master Mario, they're like, why are you telling him? I'm not telling him. He's mad. He's not mad. He's mad. Just don't tell him. That's all it takes.
Why are you
But,
telling him everything?
Why don't you tell him your social security gnome number while you're at it?
You're welcome, Curls. Thank you so much. Thank you again to all the resubs. Whimsy with a 3-month, or the tier 3 4-month resub. Curls with the resub. We had a wicked hype train. Whimsy, you had a 1,000 bits. Anybody that is in the cast, fuck you. You don't get a thank
Okay.
on your resub.
You
but
too,
thank
man.
you. But thank
Anonymous
you for the
took
anonymous
advantage of the
gifters.
yeah, September.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Thank you for everybody. That is a yeet. Whimsy, but thank you for everybody that showed up. Make sure you see us again. I believe Tuesday will be. Wait, is he leaving? Is he in Tanzania yet?
I was actually, you guys read my
Yeah, I
mind.
wonder.
Like earlier today, I'm like, did he leave today? I thought he
When
left
does
today.
leave? Did he leave today?
I think he left today.
Did he leave today? No, he didn't tell anyone.
No,
Nobody
he
said
he
goodbye?
told us like 4 times when he was leaving. I just
We're all just bad
remember.
people.
Because no one gives
Nobody-
a fuck.
No, I
So-
do. It's just like he's gonna be gone for a hot minute. But I think that
Call
he
him
said
and
that
ask.
he left today. I
Okay.
think he left today.
Very well, very well. Well, we will see you again on Wednesday where we have another.
Why don't
episode
you
of
know,
Exploring.
Ferd?
We're talking about Nick.
He's not my friend
Chat.
outside of D&D. All right. But we will be back on Wednesday for the next episode of Exploring the Archives, where we get to discuss all the juicy whimsicalness of this floating city of Valaris. And then, of
Juicy,
course,
serious whimsy.
we will be back a
Serious
week from today
whimsy.
for chapter 45 of the Arcane Archives.
Yes. Don't forget to go into the Discord and vote for who you want to see on Wednesday.
Exactly.
I put it in there because Nick usually does it. I took over for
but
him.
now
'cause
he's in
But
a
he's in
third-world
he's in
planet.
now
Transylvania.
he's on a different planet
Yeah,
for a few weeks.
Transylvania needs no.
But yeah, it's in there. Go vote.
Take your time to go in there and vote. It only takes a second. So, take care, everybody. We'll see you again next week. You all have a beautiful weekend. Much love. Bye bye.